all alone.
You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Discussing that heat in the street. Hey, we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what
All
you need.
alone.
Vitamin G. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G, got what you need. Vitamin G, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin G. Hey, final round. I already know how I'm coming, man. Yeah. Tryna run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we talk all of that. From an ounce to a pound. Take it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right up the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see they start crumbling now. Mad struck start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock glitz, know they love how it freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the gang, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them doors on the duty. On the stick, see I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. To reload the clip and record the clip is go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tuned into that VGP. Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
You're live.
Hey yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Jubei Sensei, hosting another fantastic episode of Vitamin G Podcast. I was actually on time today.
Bullshit.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
if I'm in before live, I'm in, bro. I'm in.
we went live late because of you, mister.
No, we went
We were
live
supposed to
because of
be
zero.
live late because of zero.
Yeah,
but
we went live because of zero.
Just saying. Absolutely. Everybody listening out there, hope you guys are having a fantastic fucking Monday. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into these intros and see what it do. Mr. Dante Crisis, how have you been?
I've been alright. Just been dealing with some merchandise problems for the last couple of days. But other than that, been doing good. Been playing some Doom 3. That's been hella good. Been playing more Borderlands 2. That's a clusterfuck, but that is one fun clusterfuck. Like just
right,
just the playing it 4 people. Like I could not imagine playing that game single player. Like four people. That's the right spot. It's like I've got 4 people I can just rag on the entire goddamn time. It's endless content. I love it. Today I was playing some Elite Dangerous on PC. It's fun being a space trucker. I just truck along and send shit from one side of the fucking system to another. It's beautiful. Game's still good. The game's still beautiful though. Even after all these years. I really do need to play it in VR though, but I worry that I might just end up somehow on my own head in reality. Like I'm trying.
Oh no!
Like I'll somehow gravity will leave my body, and I will just 180 degrees, and my legs will be in the air, and my head will be on the fucking ground. I worry that will happen. Aside from that, been playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. What else have I been playing actually? I've been playing quite a bit actually because I've actually for once had some free time today and over the weekend because like just everything's been just clicking really goddamn well. Persona 4 Golden, I've been playing that as well. A friend got me Star Trek Bridge Crew. I think it's called. It's a Is it Bridge Crew? Yeah, Bridge Crew. Got to get into that, but it looks interesting to say the least. Playing some Killing Floor 2, and I'm planning on getting into some Project Zomboid as well.
Hell yeah. Like a full slate, brother. I actually can't wait to stop in on one of your streams randomly. Nappy Senshi, my guy. It has been forever.
It has been. How's it going, everyone? I am Nappy Senshi. You can find me on YouTube. Recently, I have just finished all 3 DLCs and the main story of Amazing Spider-Man on PC, which I really enjoyed. I have also been playing Killing Floor 2, and I have been doing lots and lots of controller reviews because I have more controllers than I can count at this point. I actually had to get. I just bought a 12 shoe boxes just to put controllers in for time being. Yeah, it's a lot, but yeah. Right. So after I could finish Amazing Spider-Man, me and my friend are talking, and we're actually going to start Gotham Knights, which I know is controversial about getting, but we had a long talk about this, and we was like, you know what, we're gonna do it. We're gonna bite the bullet. We're gonna get it day one.
Oof.
May not be that bad as people say it is.
Okay, well let us know, because I'm definitely not getting that shit day one. Well, by the way, what's been your
You're getting it on PC, right?
I'm sorry?
Getting it on PC, right?
Yeah, PC.
60 frames per second!
So the game is going to be complete.
Monday. The following Monday will be a 60 frames patch.
I mean, yeah. So I ain't gonna lie. The PC requirements for that game is pretty high, which is what me and my friend talked about. But then we'll probably get into it a little bit later. But we kind of have a reason of why we think that the requirements are so high.
I mean, weren't the requirements like stupid for Arkham Knight too?
No, Arkham Knight.
No.
I thought it ran like ass on PC.
Oh, it did
It
run.
did. That
It
was the
did
main
run
problem.
ass on PC, but like the requirements to play it. No, unless you went full ultra like PhysX, stuff like that, NVIDIA PhysX. No, the requirements are actually pretty base.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, bet.
So
Oh, I was asking, what's been your favorite controller to review so far?
my favorite controller, Thrustmaster. I know it's a funny name.
I know they make flight sim stuff that. That's about as much as I know about them.
You beat me to it because I was going to say, dude, I didn't know Pawn Stars endorse fucking controllers.
Oh,
that is
Thrustmaster. So you can pull off stuff, and you can take off the D-pad right here, and then you can move it to one of these other slots. So
all right,
yeah, I might need to.
Module controller. Module controller.
Got a question.
So you can get
size-wise, is it comparable to the? Is it more comparable to the Xbox One controller or the PlayStation 5 controller? Size-wise.
Size-wise, it's bigger than the Xbox One Series controller. And let me grab my place.
You just muted yourself. Oh, I think you just muted yourself.
Yeah, I did. But
yeah.
Okay, so
controller.
It's actually pretty comparable.
It's about
to
the size of the
Yeah,
DualSense.
I might actually, because my biggest problem with the Xbox controller was it just felt too fat, which is weird because the PlayStation 5 controller just feels just right. So if it's about comparable, I might actually have to get one of those because honestly, there's one thing Xbox got absolutely right was the analog stick being on the top left.
Yeah, the only downside is that the controller is wired. And it uses it still has micro USB connection rather than
no, see, that's garbage.
it's not that bad though, surprisingly. It's not as bad, but yeah, the micro
Nah, bro, nah. Oh wait, hold on. So it slots. Okay, so so it actually slots directly into there's a port. Okay, no, that's not as bad. Because like I absolutely hated
it's not just hanging out.
Yeah, it like last gen, I went through no shit during the PlayStation 4. I went through at least 20 USBs because they just kept falling and the pins just kept getting sunk in because they bent.
Yep. I got you what you're saying, but yeah, so this is so far my favorite controller so far, and I got more controllers I got reviewing, and I have more controllers coming in the mail. Ooh, man, I got controllers.
Hey, I see your hustle, B. I see it.
Yeah,
good shit. Bet that. Zero. How you living over there, fam?
Hello, my friends. I am doing well. Trying to get, not been able to play as much games as I want, just because work is nuts. But I did start because it's the spooky season, so I figured I might as well jump back into it. I haven't played it probably in 4 years. Until Dawn.
Ooh.
That's a
So
great
I
game.
will be
Nice.
jumping back into Until Dawn. I remember some of the decisions I made the first time. So hopefully I don't make them again. I remember one that specifically killed like 3 to 4 people.
Damn.
That I've like, I certainly won't be making that choice again. But otherwise, I think that's mostly it. Like Nappy, I am preparing for Gotham. Unlike
Yes,
him,
I'm not the only
I
one.
I would be at a smooth, comfortable 30 frames per second.
That cinematic view.
Oh, I can go up higher though. That's the thing. The minimum requirement can be 30, but I can go as high as I want. As my hardware will let me go.
I'm going to be in the cruise lane or in cruise control lane and sticking straight at 30 on console.
I'm going to the left lane, go on 120, getting all the speed tickets.
Like, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, it can't be that bad, right? Like,
Famous last words.
Famous last word?
Yeah. Oh my! Fucking say it at the same time.
It can't possibly be that bad.
Shit. That's good.
But otherwise, I'm trying to think. What if I play? Oh, still sort of making my way through Far Cry.
Which one?
3.
Oh,
Ooh. Are you gonna play Blood Dragon? Are you gonna play Blood Dragon also?
Oh yeah, you absolutely should. One of the best.
So long as it's on PS Plus.
It is.
I think it is. Okay.
It is.
Then yeah, I'll follow through. I want to work my way all the way up to what are we on 6?
Yeah,
currently?
Blood Dragon.
Yeah.
You should own it yourself if you've been on PlayStation, because they gave it away for PlayStation Plus.
Oh, true. Yeah, so I
No,
might
it's
have to
still
look through
available
there.
now.
Okay, so yeah, I got it through there. And that's mostly it. I keep sort of dabbling back and forth into Overwatch 2, but that game isn't in a good state currently.
What happened to Elden
yeah.
Ring?
I'm trying to wait for that game to stable before I even try to convert my account over.
I mean, at the moment, you're missing 2 characters because they had to take them out. So it's. they
What
got a
happened
long
to
time.
Elden
My
Ring?
homeboy, the DJ.
No, he's still
He's still-
there. Lucio's still there. They took out Bastion and Torbjorn. Because they were
Zero.
They're busted.
Torbjorn?
They're
Wow.
busted.
Yeah,
They're busted.
and I'm still playing Elden Ring. I believe I'm about to get to the last boss, but I found a hidden boss that kind of made me want to continue to beat him. I think Dante, you and I talked about it a long time ago. He has like maybe 2 to 3 phases.
What about Persona?
Describe
No,
him.
Persona. That's gonna be a while because I'm finishing up Bravely Default. So
Describe the
I won't
boss to me. Describe the secret boss to me.
in a cave. His second form, I think, is like a snake thing. What is it? Is he the God Eater?
Oh, the God Devourer Gods.
Devourer Gods, yeah. I just kind of want to beat him, and then I think I'll just finish up the game.
Hold on, give me a minute. I know what is.
But otherwise, that is completely it, man.
Yeah, the God Devouring Serpent.
Yeah.
He has 2 phases, and you picked up the sword, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Hell yeah! Oh, did you catch up on My Hero?
Yeah.
He's trying to skirt that shit.
So outside of like gaming stuff, I've been in a bit of a like anime hole. Like I got back real heavy in the Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
As well as
coming back. But where have you been with the One Piece?
But I've been reading One Piece. It is Halloween, so every Halloween, my girlfriend and I watch Soul Eater.
Okay.
Oh my god!
And I'm probably gonna start like Parasite just because I want something else kind of spooky for the season.
Dope.
Did you check
so
out?
There's another anime I can recommend you later.
I'm positive hold on. I'm trying to remember. Deku pulled out something amazing. Yes, because that's the one where
his
like he
final
stepped
quirk.
it up.
Way behind.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh.
yeah. I won't talk about it because Kofi's behind. But yes. I'm caught up.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Eh?
Good.
It's what? Did you forget that exists?
Who,
Which
you
one?
talking about me?
No, I'm asking you, Zero. Did you forget my show?
Which show?
Oh
Anime
my
Squad.
god, Anime Squad.
Oh no, your actual show. No, I've been stuck with work. I've been listening,
Gotcha.
and I've not been able to come through at all.
Too bad.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Mumbling for all your shit.
Alrighty. Hey, I do want to give a shout out to the chat. We got 11 people watching right now. If you would do us a big favor, hit that like and subscribe button for us. Just help us out with the algorithm a little bit for show. Shout out Joster. Shout out Stanley Francois. My guy Yobi, Ali Pandas, Media Ghosts. Appreciate you guys all being here. Let's go. Omar, how you living?
What's up, man? Yeah. Astergos, Curse of the Star. That's what I'm playing. Playing it right now. I'm doing not a challenge, it's a trophy. You need to beat the game on level 19 or not level 20 or less. And I'm level 19. And yeah, I'm getting my ass beat. I believe this is close to the final boss or before the final boss, if I would say. But yeah, after that, I was going to play Diofield because I played the demo and I had fun with it. But Requiem is on the road, so Requiem it is. And after Requiem, God of War, and then we will see what next.
Oh, speaking of which, Nappy. Sorry, you mentioned God of War and that just clicked something in my brain. Are you going to be picking up Miles Morales when it comes out for PC?
Yes, I am.
Right.
And I am definitely picking that up. And there's people talking about there's like these mod people going to come together. They're going to try to make a local co-op with Peter Parker and Miles Morales for PC.
Oh, bruh.
If they can actually get that to work, that will be amazing.
These are the same guys who fit. Like, if it's the same guys who fixed the fucking Elden Ring multiplayer, I have faith in them.
I'm not sure what their names. I gotta look that up again. But yeah, when I saw Miles Morales on PC, and then I saw like people go talking about they're going to try and make a local co-op with both of them. I was like, "Yep, PC, getting it down pat." Nope, gotta do it.
I'm finally going to be able to buy it.
I just want to say, what's his name? Optimus Cloud passed away.
Oh yeah,
2 days ago. So condolences to his and his wife.
Absolutely.
How was the Spaces that was hosted?
Oh, it was amazing. Real talk, his wife felt more at ease, especially because all of us were so impacted by code. And she even started sharing her own story about, what code been doing. And newsflash, I don't know how much you know what's called Kofi, but Code started the whole Pegasus Nation.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he would have absolutely been kicked out of it. Joking. If we found out beforehand that he actually made not one, not two, but 3, if not 4 games that were on the phone and required microtransaction.
Oh, really?
This dude, he made around 86,000 just from pure microtransaction. Yep.
Wow.
He no slouch, and also apparently one of his projects was stolen by people that he was working either close with or they copied his project or something like that.
Wow.
So yeah, and what's fascinating is how he was a developer, and then because he loved coding so much, he was working on, getting a game to work on both Android and iPhone. But in order to do so, you need to code it. But he was so busy with coding that he actually forgot that he needs to focus on, the game. And that's how he switched from being a developer to a coder. But yeah, no, it was an amazing for what it is then space, and it actually recorded Gamer MD at that space. If anyone is interested,
Nice. So we can go back. That's great.
yeah, I will hit you then up with the link. And other than that, yeah, the memorial is I think 28th of October, and she is trying to find a way to make it, live stream available. And also, if people want to come, then they can come. And other than that, yeah, no, we're absolutely holding a space about that. And when she can, she is definitely gonna start a space telling us about her experience with code, because she had a lot of story to tell. Because she was absolutely feeling a little bit better, according to her herself. So I'm glad we were able to have that space, and yeah, wish her all the best.
Absolutely.
Damn, yeah. Yeah, RIP Code, yo. That's
RIP
super
Code.
sad news. Super sad news.
We lost two good ones, Kalel and Code.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. Like people, you interacted with it. It's just so weird that you just can't no more.
Yep.
Like it's weird. Kofi.
What's going on, everybody?
Kofi-san.
That's right. That's right. I like to call myself the import gamer because I'm always trying to celebrate some games in Japan that I feel should be localized, but for one reason or another have been limited to one region. But as of late, of course, I have been celebrating 40 years of one of my favorite developers called Falcom. And I just was thinking back that since 2017, 6 years in a row, Falcom has released an RPG, following the end of the Cold Steel series, an East game, and now a brand new duology called Kuro no Kiseki, with the second game coming out just 2 weeks ago. I got my copy late, but it has been a wonderful, wonderful game. Again, this is the 12th game in a series that started in 2004 on PSP. It just continues to impress me what they add into the game, and this particular arc has a level of maturity in it, because the main character does not he's not a hero. He is okay with working with morally disgusting people, but he's more in the gray because he works with good people too.
Yeah, I could relate to that, man.
Yeah. Oh, I think like people like me, you, Zero, almost everybody on this cast, I think would really relate to the main character. His name is Van, in this particular series. But it resonates so much. I always say this one spoiler. There's a murderer in the earlier trilogy, like way back, that you hate them because the writing is good and they're a murderer. But that murderer is still around, and he has a mission with the main character of this game. And so it's this huge conflict, right? Because the main character of this game doesn't have you fight with him, but you technically don't have control over him.
Oh, so he's AI controlled, gotcha.
Yeah, he's like AI controlled. But like being around that character is so conflicting for experienced players, being like, this guy like literally killed a guy with his bare hands, but the main character doesn't care. The main character's like, you want to ride? Like it's just but that's just how the series has developed, and it's been great. Other than that, though, I did have some new arrivals, other unlocalized games. Dragon Quest X, which is an MMO that came out eons ago on Wii U. PS. Did it ever come out on PS3? I don't remember. It came out, but it was ported to Switch. But the game I got is an offline version that crunches down the story and adds voice acting. So you now don't have to pay the monthly subscription, even though the game's had like 7 DLCs over the last 10 years. But now it's all in, or at least some of the first chapters are all combined on one disc, and just came out. And for some reason, Square Enix, even though it's only in Japan, and even though Dragon Quest is so popular, Square Enix decided not to make a lot of copies, so you can't get it on Amazon anywhere. I had to kind of like find local shops, either in China or in Japan, to kind of get my copy out here. That took a while. I also got Defense Force, which people know that that's an OG PlayStation.
Yes, I love that game. The game's awesome.
Yeah.
Earth Defense Force 6 just came out in August. Still unlocalized, but the publisher D3, they've been, as of late, localizing within 6 months. They did a new like Samurai, what was it? Samurai Girls One Chanbara. One Chanbara came out in Japan, and then like sometime in 2021, it was localized. So I think Earth Defense Force 6 will come out. From what I've seen from gameplay, I literally only installed it, but like from what I've seen from gameplay, it looks great. So I'm like very excited to play that. Of course, Omar has already like platinumed it while my game is in the mail, but Valkyrie Elysium is finally here. So I'm very excited
Have
to
fun.
Yeah, very excited to play that. I played the demo, loved it. Of course, I'm an OG Valkyria fan from the PS1 era. Technically, I played the PSP remake.
I would recommend you to wait because they're coming also with DLC, free DLC.
I heard that you can play as like Hilda or something like that.
Yeah, precisely, Hilda.
Hilda.
Wait on that and then play it back to back.
And Hilda, she is from the mobile game. It was called Valkyrie.
Dude, I have no idea, but story, and it's interesting.
I forget the name of it, but it was a mobile game, and the mobile game wasn't like 100% trash. It actually had a good story from what I was reading. But of course, it does have microtransactions. I wasn't going to touch it.
I hate it when fucking mobile games are canon. I just hate that.
Yes. Oh yeah, I know. It kind of makes me think of actually
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, there you go. Kingdom Hearts. Wild Arms did one. Wild Arms did like one that had all of the main characters come back. I don't know if you knew this, Pharaoh. All the main characters came back, but it was like a microtransaction, like swipe your thumb game. But like, what was so sad, Pharaoh, is like the opening animation like was so good, but like it was like Rudy and Ashley and Virginia and Dean. I think I never played 5. The only one I didn't play it was 5. Dean they're all there, and I'm like, well, this looks so cool. But like, you look at the gameplay, it's like Sonic running through like a temple run. It's like Temple Run. I'm like, get out of here, this garbage. So anyway, Gran Turismo 7 has really also taken up a lot of time. They had a new update. They just added I forget the name of the car. Forgive me, but it's an electric like F1 Volkswagen, and that thing is awesome. I just like earned it through doing some online races. It was like 2 million credits, and just loving that. So, and then there's another update coming next week. So we just get like 3 new cars like twice a month.
Cool.
So yeah.
I love, by the way, how Kofi tried to pronounce the English name of that Samurai Girls game, but then just immediately went fuck it and went for the Japanese name.
Yeah.
I mean, Onishambara, I've heard of it, but English name, no idea.
Oh, and there's some other really cool RPGs coming out. Well, okay,
Dude,
there's
you never played what's called Live a Live?
I never did. I want it. I almost got it,
Dude,
but I'm waiting.
Don't you own a Switch?
I do own a Switch.
So what's preventing you from getting it?
To be honest, I've got a 3-way tie between what I should buy. Maybe you can help me. Should I buy Live a Live? Should I buy Triangle Strategy? Or should I buy the new Mario, Rabbids, and Spark of Hope? Because all those games look great.
Absolutely Live a Live, just for the fact of what's called the premise. Every single character plays differently, and it's almost like mini-gamey-esque. Okay, here, how about this? Download the demo for Live and Live and decide. Because to me, if I'm waiting on my Switch, I'm dying to play Live and Live and Xenoblade 3. That's also a game I want to experience as well.
Kofi, you forgot one of the greatest RPGs of all time is getting released on PC in just 3 days.
Which one?
Oh yeah, it is.
It is.
I know what you're
Which
talking
one?
about.
Persona 5 Royal.
It is.
I'm so conflicted about Persona 5 Royal because I really enjoy it, but maybe it was because I played the original game and then I played Royal, and I'm like, I love this game, but I didn't like playing like 100 hours of what I felt was the same. Like better combat, better mechanics, but it was the same.
Oh, but this one's going to be in 60 frames per second, so that's going to be worth that $60 price.
Wait a minute.
60 frames.
By the way,
Go ahead,
Coffee.
go ahead. Yeah.
Thanks to me, Viper Rape is a mod now at our show. He got the platinum in 13 Sentinel.
Ooh,
Yep.
classy. Classy.
But yeah, get Live a Live, man. Get
Yeah,
the demo on
definitely gotta-
Keep the Go.
You better get off your phone.
Fuck out.
He is not used to it.
I was sharing the show.
That's why you don't,
Don't let Omar talk. He doesn't stop.
No, Ayo Pharaoh. Last but not least, how you been? Our local Madden champ here. How you been, brother?
Pretty good. Played a couple games this weekend. Can't remember all of them. But one of them was Deathloop. Played that.
How was it?
That was pretty. It's pretty interesting. I like the narrative behind the story between the two characters.
Is the enemy still trash? Enemy AI.
I don't think that AI is too trash, but I'm not a big first person guy, so I wouldn't be the expert on that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought the game was a lot more better looking when I played it than when I just like saw a trailer. I was like, this game's actually like a really well put together game visually. So that did kind of surprise me. How they captured the reds and things like that with the sun off the rocks and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. And I played a couple indies. I'd have to look at my play history to remember the names. I guess that's one of the downfalls of like Game Pass. You just try stuff out and you just forget the names of it.
You didn't play. It's on PlayStation, but you didn't do Hot Wheels.
Did you play Scorn?
I actually just went in the PlayStation app and downloaded the Hot Wheels game.
It's fun.
But my brother kidnapped my PS5 so he could play NBA 2K.
What? Are you serious?
PS5.
Get him
Yeah,
arrested.
so my
What are his demands?
PS5 is my PS5 is currently around the corner. And I'm sure my brother is in my park dunking on somebody right now.
Pharaoh, whatever his demands are, we will all chip in to help you get your baby back. We
You can just
will.
walk over there and take it. It's not that big of a deal. He asked me for it. I said sure. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to.
Did you play Scorn?
No, it's a weirdo game, and I haven't got the stomach to play it yet. So
He said he don't play weirdo games. That's what he's saying.
HR guy going shit.
games, but yeah, I don't play games where it's like things attached to your body and weird things.
It's weird. It's a lot of puzzles.
I didn't care about
are
the
you liking-
puzzles.
Are you liking that new Madden update that they just dropped? Or have they
It
not?
hasn't really affected me yet, because all I do is online head to head. It is disappointing that the update has not fixed hit passes being able to be intercepted, which is, I feel like, is a foundational part of football. Most interceptions take place because the ball got tipped.
You're not wrong.
So I hope they do fix that eventually. But I'm not really in any of the other modes too much to really critique their update fully.
Right. I got you.
So.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. It is what it is. Over it.
Yeah, franchise will not be good until NCAA is back.
NCAA comes back. You're right.
Yeah, so next year when NCAA is back, I might give franchise a look because I already know like during the summer I'm gonna knock out like all my first 4 years college like it's nothing, and I'll have my player ready to go to the league.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Let's hop into our first topic.
What about you? What you been playing?
No one cares about what you've been up to.
Nobody gives a damn about what I've been playing, bro, because I haven't really been playing shit.
I'm genuinely curious.
I mean, look, no one gives. No one
He's
gives
been
him-
playing.
no one
He's
gives
been
that
playing
much of a damn
iMessage games. He's been playing iMessage games with OnlyFans girl.
One of those games.
That explains it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
disappointing.
yeah. Nah, I still need to check out Scorn and shit. I just haven't gotten a chance to check it out yet.
Gotcha.
I don't know. From what I've seen,
pretty-
given your squeamishness towards horror, you're gonna fucking hate it.
It ain't a horror game, bro. It's just gross.
I'm sorry, but body horror, it kind of lands in the same goddamn category as horror.
Okay, like
It depends if it have a lot of jump scares.
There's
and
a
all
reason
that.
why it's called body horror.
okay, but if it's not like crazy jump scares, bro, it ain't gonna.
I
get
will
me.
one day make you play Phasmophobia, motherfucker. You know I will.
No, I'm about to play that new Dead Space, and I'm gonna be jumping all over the place. But I love that game.
And my
So.
video footage proof
Hey,
that you
between
played
that and
it.
Callisto, how do you just decide?
I'm getting both, but I'm probably not gonna play Callisto till after Dead Space.
Well,
I'm gonna put it
Callisto
off.
comes out this year, doesn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put off playing
Really
it until I play Dead Space.
Yeah, Dead Space doesn't come out until
why?
next year, and Callisto comes out this
I know.
year. So
That's supposed to out next year.
There's a difference of like 2 months.
yeah,
I know.
my bad.
20,
I thought it
yeah,
came out
20
this year.
3 months.
no, I was talking to
Yeah.
Kofi. Yeah, 23rd of January it comes out, I believe.
It's 2 months. I
My
can wait
bad.
that.
My bad. I thought it came out in 2022.
No.
No,
It comes out
it's a good thing
next
they
month.
don't come out close to each
Or-
other.
It comes out in November, right? Or is it December?
No,
December 2nd. List
Oh.
is December 2nd.
Callisto, December 2nd. Yeah, then I only need to wait a month. Then I can play Dead Space. I'm gonna
Yes, like
marathon
December.
those two. But I want to play Dead Space first. Yeah, ain't really been up to shit. Getting my ass kicked in Madden. Yeah, not surprised.
Stream this weekend, and
What's that?
I did a stream this weekend, and it was pretty
You did?
competitive. I lost 2 games at the end, but they were like all 1-score games.
You bet.
I did stream. I streamed a win against the Eagles last week.
Wow.
That was pretty fun. Yeah.
Well,
Your boy Hurts had like
absolutely not
he threw
doing
like 5
football
picks.
stuff
Yo.
here.
Wow. 5 picks.
No.
Gosh.
Okay, I hear this joke a
Close
few
game.
times, but I want everybody who's a football fan here. I want your opinion. I hear this joke, but I want a serious answer. Who's worse, the Lions or the Jets?
Oh, the Jets are actually good this year.
And the Lions are worse.
And the Lions have won a Super Bowl. The Lions have won a Super Bowl.
Offense, their defense.
You didn't go to the Lions like that, even
No.
though.
The Jets have won a Super Bowl. The Jets have won a Super Bowl. The Lions are trash. Y'all will never win anything.
Yo,
Poverty
fuck you, man.
franchise.
Why do you gotta talk shit about us?
Justin, did you really do this?
Oh my god.
I
Yo,
love
I'm
sowing
so
conflict.
pissed off about the last game. That blowout from the Patriots.
Yeah, y'all scored 0. But here's the thing: your
They
offense
destroyed-
was doing good. Like this
Oh.
year, your offense
We were
was
doing
good.
good. I was like,
Last time I checked, this is a gaming podcast. That's a football
I
podcast.
know.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
I know. By the way, we gonna blow y'all out too. We'll see y'all next week.
Oh,
Anyway,
all right.
Just talking about fucking One Piece and fucking Deku getting the new fucking quirk and shit.
No, that's different. That's anime
It's not
game.
different. It's not different.
related,
No,
you know.
it's not.
But football is different. But
Yes,
actually,
sports and video games. Yes, so it all counts.
it all counts. It's all relevant in some way.
It's all geek culture.
Anyway, facts. First topic. Yo, Konami has dropped the bomb and said Silent Hill is actually coming back and is going to be a thing. I actually, I actually,
I don't know if it's a game.
What are the
into
exact
that.
details
We'll get
on
into
coming
that.
back?
Let's read the
I mean,
article.
the name, the series, in some way, shape, or form, is coming back. This could be a mobile game. It could be anything. We don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's probably
But-
another
It could be a
Pachinko machine.
Netflix damn TV show.
Yo,
That would be fire, though.
if it's a show, I'm gonna be salty. If it's a show, I'm gonna be salty as shit.
I wouldn't. Okay, so here's the thing. I wouldn't. First of all, I'd say let's read the article, but yeah, I'll get into that in a sec. Let me bring up the article for everybody.
No, you know what? They're gonna say it's pachinko machines. And I'm
I
gonna be
said
really,
that.
really upset.
There's already a pachinko machine out there, brother.
It's gonna be a mobile game. Get ready to it.
Oh, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
No, this
I
talk.
would do
I
that.
believe the quote unquote rumor is it's gonna be three projects. One done by Blooper, and the other run is by other team. And I'm curious we're gonna be.
I think the best case scenario is it's a VR game for PSVR. It's a launch title.
No, the worst case
That'd be the best case scenario. Not
The
the
worst
best case
case-
scenario. I
Oh,
said best.
then the best case scenario would be what's called a skateboard.
Okay, you ready?
Skateboard?
Oh, Jube, would you like me to read
They
this
did
article
that.
out?
They absolutely did that. If I
Okay.
remember
Good.
correctly.
So in this article, which I've shared with everybody in the chat, shared with everybody in the call. So yes, this article is from Eurogamer. It's finally happening. A decade on from the last full Silent Hill game, the survival horror franchise is making a long-awaited comeback. The future of the Silent Hill series will be unveiled this week on Wednesday at 10 p.m. here in the UK, because Eurogamer is predominantly a UK studio. In your restless dreams, you see that town. The official Silent Hill Twitter account teased this evening. The latest updates for the Silent Hill series will be revealed during the hashtag Silent Hill transmission on Wednesday, the 19th of October at 2 p.m. PDT. The announcement was retweeted by Masahiro Aito. I had to think I got that in the first try. Who has worked on numerous entries in the Silent Hill series as a monster designer and director. So what do we expect? Well, the past few years have seen various whispers of Silent Hill projects in development, though nothing more concrete than last month's recent appearance of something called Silent Hill The Short Message popped up on the Korean video game ratings board. Separately, the persistent rumors have swirled of a Silent Hill 2 remake, which several reports have claimed to be in development by Layers of Fear studio Blooper Team. Apparent concept art and screenshots of this project have been spilled online. Our clearest confirmation of multiple Silent Hill projects being in development come earlier this month when Silent Hill movie director Christoph Gans blabbed about several teams working on several games back in 2020. The chatty director suggested at the time to make a new Silent Hill movie. Perhaps we'll hear about it on Wednesday too. For now, Konami is a very basic Silent Hills teaser site to gaze at, which can be seen below. Tune in Wednesday at 10 p.m. UK time for more. Go ahead, Jube. You are...
Thank you. No, I appreciate you reading that. Actually, Kofi, how do you feel about that? Or are you excited for anything Silent Hill related? Is it still relevant to you?
Tingle your taint?
The series, I have a lot of respect for it. It's not super beloved from me, but I almost like I had to say like Elder Scrolls or Fallout. I have a huge respect for like the ambition of some of those older titles. But when I think of Konami in 2022, I don't think they're ready to invest an amount of money into a Silent Hill game that gives us the type of experience that I believe the series should be at from a technological standpoint. You know, for 9th gen consoles, for how impactful the series was before. When I think of Team Bloober, they made the medium, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Blooper team.
Bloober team.
And Layers of Fear.
And maybe with the correct amount of time and QA, they could make something that's really impressive. But to me, Konami saying, "Hey, we just want to test the waters. We're not going to be spending a ton of money here. Let's just see if we could kind of bank off of this IP, add a bunch of microtransactions." And I think we're generally going to be disappointed, to be honest with you, with the series. I just don't think they're ready to expand their gaming division right now. And I know of the two titles they've released or are working on, one was called I think it was called Getsu Fumaden, and it was it just came out like either late last year or early this year. It's like a side-scrolling old school samurai 2D game, and then of course they're doing a remaster of Suikoden. But to me, those are like small dev teams that you can relatively pump out easily without having so much cost and overhead. And I think when I think of Silent Hill, or like what Farrell was proposing, you want to kind of reinvent the IP in some way that goes, wow, remember what Silent Hill was? Remember how impactful 2 or 3 was? I just don't know if we're going to have that level. I think it's going to come out and it's going to be like, this is okay. But maybe that's me being a negative Nancy, just not believing in Konami. Yet, like, here's the thing: in their stable, in my opinion, they don't have talented people in house, and so they're looking for something cheap. And to me, that's Bloober or Bloober Team. I'm sorry, I don't really know their name that well. Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
That explains it, because what does Bloober have under the belt aside from the medium, which flopped?
It flopped.
Yeah,
It wasn't a
if I remember correctly, Metacritic wise it flopped, and sales wise it flopped.
Layers of Fear didn't fucking flop. Layers of Fear 2 didn't flop. Layers of Fear didn't flop.
No, I said the medium. I didn't
And
say
that's
anything
same
else.
fucking studio.
Yeah, okay, I got you, but
Like they have a pedigree. Not a long
So, as
pedigree,
of-
but they have a line going back to 2016 of putting out decent to good horror games that have atmosphere and suspense. Layers of Fear, Observer, they're the same guys who did Observer.
Observer, yeah, actually, I
Yeah, so as of
Hold on, let me continue. No,
Rant,
sorry, I need to bury this man. Layers of Fear 2, Blair Witch, which think what you will, atmosphere-wise, and as far as like respect to the source material, it was fucking up there.
Blair Witch was a dead on arrival game.
It was not
How
actually.
the fuck you gonna bury me when I literally asked a fucking question? I didn't make a statement. My statement was about what's called the game, the medium. That's about it. I asked a question.
so
No, you asked what
as
they
of
have.
January-
No.
as of
You asked.
January
No.
30th.
You
Ask a
asked.
question.
No.
What,
Hey,
You
what
asked.
did
What
they
the?
do
You
Hey.
beside
not doing
Blooper?
that.
That's what I said.
And
What
I
did
just
they do?
answered you. I literally
You
just
asked
answered
what you asked what they
Yeah,
had
but
under your
you're
belt, but you was
trying to
talking shit.
act like you are trying to act like I what's called I dismissed them because you want to try bury me. I just asked a question. What did they do? So why the fuck do you want to bury me?
because you got this condescending attitude like, oh, they're not all that good. They're not all that
Dude,
great.
I never said a single thing about that.
It's the tone of your voice,
just
bro.
break down.
Yo, bro.
I
so-
I'm gonna say this. It was speculation. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. They have Layers of Fear. They have Blair Witch. They have
I don't
Medium.
get it. I was
Take it-
respectful.
take it
I
or leave
didn't hit on them. I
Yes.
asked a question and all of a sudden you want to bury me.
I just want to put this out. As of January 30th, Bloober Team The Medium is easily the studio's most ambitious project to date, but it seems as though its efforts have paid off. A new report indicates that the Medium sales have already been strong enough to consider the game a success for Bloober Team, as it is evidently sold enough not to only cover its production costs, but also cover the money spent marketing the game as well. So no, it did not flop.
Did not flop at all.
I just wanted to put that out there. The
Yeah.
game did not flop. If
We
you
know
didn't
how
care
much
for
it
it, that's one thing, but the game did not flop.
Do we know how much it sold?
It doesn't matter.
It does
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
If they made their money back,
They made a
sales
profit on it. It wasn't a flop.
Okay, we will see.
Yeah, you gotta leave. You just gotta leave it at that.
Yep.
Zero. What do you think Konami's got cooking in the oven?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like I'll die on this hill if need be, but like Silent Hill isn't coming, or at least not in the way that people want it to. It will be something. I think people are getting like, oh, like maybe we will revisit like what we started with PT. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. The Silent Hill franchise will live on in some very odd way, be it a mobile game, be it Silent Hill VR, be it Silent Hill the experience. But like Silent Hill, as in like what people want from the old PlayStation days, it's dead and gone, and I don't think it's coming back. And frankly, I think we've just moved on past it.
Okay.
I think the horror genre has done much better, particularly for what Silent Hill was trying to do.
Mhm.
Games like The Quarry, Until Dawn, what, Outlast. There's a whole host of the Blair Witch Project. I think Man and Medellin kind of sucked. I don't remember though. No one's checked.
Okay.
Yeah, no one's checked. People, it is just nostalgia running its usual course. I think when people, because Vero and I and a couple of us talked about it a while back, like there's a handful of good Silent Hill games anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of games in that series.
There's like a couple.
Yeah, but only a handful is like, oh,
two,
these are
three.
excellent games.
Or maybe
Yeah,
one.
if you go through the library of Silent Hill games, most people don't even know like half them titles existed.
That's true.
Exactly.
There was one that was on PSP that was just like, okay, forget it.
Yeah. So I'm like, I gave up on Silent Hill a long time ago. I can't say I'm very interested in it. It's a great big meh for me. The only thing Konami has gotten me interested in is that Suikoden remaster reboot type of thing.
Yeah.
That is about it. I'm not here for it. I don't think it, if it comes out properly, quote unquote, I don't think it's going to do very well.
Okay, I can see that. Now hear me out. Now what if, so I have a theory. Like, what if Konami is going to internally develop it? What if they maybe licensed out the IP to someone else?
Can I
Go
jump in
ahead,
here?
Dante.
Can I
Go ahead,
jump in?
Dante.
Because I've been holding this in. If you remember, not too long ago, we were talking about an article that specifically outlined that Konami was open to actually licensing out their IPs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, like, say they license it out to like Supermassive Games, and we get like a an Until Dawn kind of formula for Silent Hill. Like, they haven't really done that, even though there's already games that exist like that. But I think having like a choose your own kind of adventure thing in Silent Hill would be pretty dope. There are things they can do with this, but
I think that's a great idea. I think
I think that'd be dope.
Like, I guess I want something like Silent Hill to be AAA, but maybe it doesn't need to be. I think there could be an argument. It does. It could still be really fun and immersive, but like something like Until Dawn with maybe a little more behind the production, it could be a really impressive game.
Yeah, that's how it looks in my head. That's her.
Maybe I'm just a hater. Like, the more I think about it, the more I just don't like Silent Hill. Like, I just have no interest in, like, the more and more I think about it and, like, my experience, I think I've only played, like, 1, 2, maybe 3. The ones like, I've never cared for that game. It was always meh, and at the time it was going up against Resident Evil, which, like, I clearly picked a side. Yeah, I think I'm just a hater of Silent Hill just as a whole. Like, I just don't think I like that joint, period.
Okay, fair enough. Pharaoh.
I just don't think that Konami's heart is there for AAA development, so I'll wait and see, but I'm not too hopeful. Best bet is that, someone did license out the IP from Konami, but we'll have to wait and see if that actually happens. I'm not very hopeful, though. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday. And I do kind of like that Resident Evil is piggybacking off of their event, so that'll be interesting to see as well this week.
You know what? It's gonna be hilarious if they announce like a mobile game and then like Resident Evil just was like, "Hey, not a mobile game."
Third person mode officially. Has the third person mode actually been announced for Resident Evil 8?
Yeah.
No, yes.
Thing.
Yo, it looks good, guys. Like, here's the thing.
Yeah, I'm still.
I'm hyped. Like, I want to get the game cheap and get that third person DLC. I played a heck out of that game.
So I'm guessing they're going to show more of that third person mode.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
DLC.
They don't need to. They don't need to show anymore. They've already shown enough. Like, people already know what the game is like. You just need to show them now in third person. They don't need to show any. They don't need to show anymore.
All they gotta do is show Lady D in third person. That's all you need.
Hey, can we get an update for 7? I'd love to play 7 in third person. I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Double feature.
A show. Nappy. You on the
so-
Konami train, or you
I mean, Konami. I mean, like I said, I didn't own a Silent Hill game, but I played them before, and they were a little bit fun. But knowing how Konami's track record has been recently, and it kind of does seem like they're trying to like just see how much money they can get off of an old IP. I mean, I could be wrong. We're going to be optimistic. I was just going to wait till Wednesday before I make a final like decision to see like are they really going to be serious about Silent Hill, or are they going to like make it like some cheap Dead by Daylight knockoff and put a bunch of microtransactions in it, or a mobile game?
Silent Hill's already in Dead by Daylight though.
Oh, it is, but
Yeah.
But no, Konami, they'll just be cheap and just
They would just
make
do
it just
something
because.
like that too. Yeah.
They'll do the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right. So yeah, I'm just I don't know. I really don't know. I want you. Everybody wants to have good hopes. Everybody wants Konami to treat Silent Hill really good, but I gotta see it. I just gotta
They
see
found their niche. They found their niche making big money, making little games.
it. Yeah,
This is
so,
true.
Right.
I don't got much to say about Konami. Just gotta wait till Wednesday to see what's going on.
I got you. Omar, I'm going to save you for last, but I know you've been talking about this for a long time, and I kind of want you to give me
Okay,
your
no
feelings on
problem.
that. Dante, I'm pretty sure I know your take, but go ahead.
Everybody knows I'm on the biggest fuck Konami train. Like, they know I'm pretty much the goddamn conductor of that. That doesn't change. Like, I don't trust Konami to handle this, but from the outside, looking at what's been said and who's been talking, it's seeming like Konami isn't behind this. They're just licensing out the IP. So if that is the case, I could see a full-fledged game coming out for Silent Hill. And I'm cautiously optimistic about that, because if it is from somebody like from Bloober, who, I mean, when I was playing the medium, when I did my Let's Play of it, I just thought, dude, this screams Silent Hill. Like, the visuals, the atmosphere, it just fucking screams Silent Hill. So, like, if they've got their hands on it, I can at least be in confidence and say they'll get the atmosphere correct, like the settings and stuff like that.
Right.
As far as like directly from Konami, I expect another fucking pachinko machine. I don't expect anything from Konami. Like, we gotta like, because like y'all are talking like it's Konami gonna be making this game, and I've just gotta be sat here like, but I don't believe it is Konami making the game. Like, if they're making something, it's gonna be a pachinko machine or a shitty mobile game. But like, if there's an actual game coming out of this announcement, it is not going to be internally by Konami. It's going to be by a third party who licensed the franchise.
Okay.
So I'm cautiously optimistic about that, so long as it stays out of Konami hands. I wish someone would just buy the license from them. But like, the thing is I kind of take issue with, I mean, it was Zero that turned around and said the horror series has moved on. It really hasn't, though, because even like I just said, the medium like takes massive, heavy inspiration from the Silent Hill games, specifically Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4. Like, the DNA of Silent Hill is still in horror games to this very day. And the problem is it's just the DNA. Like, no one, in my opinion, I can't think of a single survival horror game out there, or horror game in general, that actually worked on the human psyche as much as the Silent Hill games did. Like, specifically with Silent Hill 1, the biggest example of that would be Pyramid Head, which was I forgot the name. James Sunderland's repressed sexual frustrations. Like all of that. It was a manifestation of a lot of his repressed shit. And all because of also he murdered his wife. Spoiler alert. But like no game really delves into that kind of shit. Like, a lot of horror games these days, maybe not these days, I would say probably from the year 2010 onwards to like maybe a couple of years ago, played it way too fucking safe. Like, you bought up Until Dawn. Like, here's the thing, I love Until Dawn. I will ride that fucker's nuts all day, especially if it accentuates my fucking hatred of who's that son? David Cage. That's it. If it accentuates my fucking hatred of that son's a bitch's fucking games, like I will ride Until Dawn's nuts all my life. But Until Dawn really isn't a horror game. It's like a B movie. It's like it's a B horror movie. Like it's something to play down. You're not gonna get terrified or jump scared by it because the agency is taken out of your hands.
It's semi-horror.
Because it's not real. Because there is really no control in your hands because it's all QTEs. Quite frankly.
Yeah.
But with a new Silent Hill, they could, if they've got the right team behind it, they could delve into that psychological aspect of horror that is just seemingly missing. Because you've all games like Outlast. Honestly, I don't like games like Outlast. Horror games like Outlast piss me off because it's like people turn around and say, "Oh, it's the greatest horror game of all time." Why? Because you can't fight back. Because you've got no agency of yourself. That you've got to run away from this big giant Goliath motherfucker. That you're gonna play hide and seek for like 80% of the goddamn game.
What do you think of Evil Within?
Evil Within is that's more of that's a psychological body horror game, but that's more an action horror than survival horror.
Okay.
More specifically, Evil Within 2 as well. But that's my point though. It's like that kind of game is rarely done. Even the DNAs of that. Because it's all about the psyche of a psychopath. Like, you're inside the mind of a psychopath. Very few games out there are about that. And that came from the dude who did the fucking Resident Evil games. Again, mind you. Like, you just don't see Silent Hill-like horror games anymore. Like, I don't like playing a horror game where 80% of the time I'm hiding in a fucking closet hoping the bad guy doesn't fucking walk by. It's like, it's what Alien Isolation did well. Like, Alien Isolation, it's what Alien Isolation and Resident Evil 2 did well. They give you agency. There is a horror aspect in the fact that you have dwindling resources, there is enemies fucking everywhere, and you have to survive. Death could be lurking around any corner. Alright? You've got to scratch, claw, and fight your way through against all these monstrosities. But they did it right in the fact that there's only one unstoppable motherfucker after you. With Resident Evil 2, it was Mr. X. With Alien Isolation, it was the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
Ruby, I shared with you an article.
Okay. Where'd you share it?
On the group chat on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Hang on, let me hop in there. Also, Omar, after you give your answer, I also want to do a really quick, like one question thing. After you give your answer. And I will get to that once you've voiced your thoughts. Oh, okay. Of them outsourcing more of their IP to outside studios.
Yep.
Okay, that gives credence. So
my point.
So that makes them perfect sense to what Dante been saying and what I said on previously. This might be, and it sounds crazy. This could be the work of Kojima and PlayStation might be, but it could be Kojima or Xbox. Because remember, Kojima is working with PlayStation and Xbox to develop games for them. So, especially with Konami, not only willing, they want to outsource they are prepared to outsource their games. We don't know which games they have been outsourcing. We don't know what's called, what's going to come from it. But truly, I don't believe they would blue ball their fans like that. Because they know, especially after the disaster that was Blue Box, not Blue Box, what called that? The fucking studio that is...
Oh, that garbage studio that
studio that is not a studio. What call it?
I think it's called Blue Box, right?
It was
Blue Box. Thank you. Especially after that disaster that was Blue Box, I absolutely believe Konami wouldn't be that brain dead to
Konami
Konami is Konami, but
you're licensing it out. You're just like F it.
Here is the risk that you're gonna be what's called risking yourself. You need a game that be on par with the demo that was PT or better. Because
You're right.
PT set the bar. PT to me, I played it. I'm absolutely a scaredy cat when it comes to stuff like this. So it took me a while, but PT was such a unique concept that it set the bar. I have yet to see a game that have done what PT have done. I mean, a horror game. Um, what's called it? It's not easy, but we have seen now how Resident Evil have reinvented themselves. They went FPS and now they going back to third person. We also seen with the what do you want to say, Dante?
No, I was like they're kind of juggling the act.
Okay. We seen that what's called the remake of Resident Evil 2, and now we're seeing it with 4. So I absolutely believe that Konami is looking at that and thinking, okay, if Capcom can return to their former glory, then why can't we? Yes, they have a bad history and all that jazz. But look what it took. All it took with Capcom is to make Resident Evil 2 and remake, and they got then what's called what you call that game, DMC5, and then they had Monster Hunter, and look at them. It's almost like they never left. So,
But the thing is, no matter how good that game is, it doesn't return Konami to its former glory.
Sorry,
That's more important to me, Omar, though. Just really quick, I just want to jump in. I feel like Capcom put themselves on a roll after whatever. Like maybe you want to give credit to Sony or PlayStation for getting Street Fighter funding because they were having financial issues. But then Capcom was able to say, "Hey, we want our own engine." And that really changed a lot of things.
Oh, yeah, the RE engine, eh?
The RE engine. And then they're like, let's actually make a new engine Monster Hunter and stop using the same thing for 15 years. And that was huge. Konami needs that spark. They need that first game that somebody shows them. They go, look, if we keep putting money into... I'm not saying... Like, Dante is right, and I think Jubei mentioned it is right. Like, I don't want them handling it internally. I feel like they've got too much greed that is going to turn it into a pachinko opportunity. But
I don't think it's going to be internally. I think it's going to be outside.
Right. I agree. Like, I think all of us agree. Like, we don't want Konami to try to like hire people and try to do anything internally. Just license it out. People care way more than you. Okay, you're here to make some money. That's all we care about. But I guess what I mean to say is, I want them to be more giving to their entire library. Like, I don't want things like Suikoden to just not exist after this HD remaster. I want things like I don't know. Like, does
it all depends on the sales, Kofi? Are people gonna support it? Is it gonna do well Metacritic wise? But so far, I've seen the picture for Suikoden. I never played any, by the way, and it's looking like they're at least putting some effort to it. This is not what you call it, quote unquote cash grab to such degree. Because if it was, let me explain why. If it's a cash grab, you're not gonna put a little bit effort into it. You're just gonna give it a lick of paint and call it a day. But with this one, they're actually what's called making it a little bit better. Like, I've seen the pictures. It's not absolutely night and day, but there is substantial difference.
I think you have a good point.
Sorry.
Did you mean to stop? I didn't mean to.
No. Go ahead, continue. What do you want to say?
No, I think you have a good point. Like, they are treating that remaster seriously. I'm not going to give them a whole bunch of points yet. I do think that remaster is probably going to be good based on screenshots. We haven't seen gameplay or like things that they might have changed. But I think the criticism level could increase quickly when they say, okay, we're going to... what I'm hoping is when they license out their IP in this theory we're discussing, that they don't try to like limit the creativity of whoever passionately wants to take this IP in a direction that we want. Like whatever, like we want microtransactions for this IP, and we want to be making some sort of like royalty off of that. Like, don't ruin it. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk, we have the definitions of a good remake, which would be what's called Resident Evil 2. And I think they're looking at that, especially because they're willing to outsource it. What if Kojima is working on it? What if he got the budget from PlayStation? It could be a multi-plat, it could be an exclusive, whatever. But I truly believe that this is not Konami, because you only have to not per se make an impact, but like almost ask for forgiveness, you can say.
Yes.
And I think this might be Konami's way of saying forgive us. And if
interesting, I see it like
because Suikoden, out of the blue, and there was no rumor about it. I have not seen many people ask for it. Maybe I'm wrong. So that was surprising. But here is why it's so different, because I've seen the different pictures between the remaster and the OG. If it was the same, I would have turned and looked at you and said, nah, this is not it. But they clearly want to get back into the gaming, and we're seeing it right now. Well, I mean gaming, I mean in the AAA space.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand your skeptic. I understand your skeptic. Hey, wait till Thursday, and then we will see. We either gonna rip them a new one, or we're gonna applaud them.
Yep. I don't rip a new one for being themselves. I mean, if they would decide to do something more with it, then that's cool. But if they are who we thought they were, can't rip them for being who they showed us they already are.
We can absolutely rip them a new one for being tone deaf.
I guess. Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, I'm gonna ask you guys I'm gonna ask you a question. I need one answer and one sentence as far as why. That's it. No more than that. Because then we need to move on. So since there's a good chance, or there's a chance that they could outsource this, what studio would you want to pick it up and why? Again, one sentence.
I go first.
Sure.
Kojima Productions, because fuck you, Konami.
Cool. Nappy?
Good horror studio. I can't think of one off the top of my head right now, so I'll probably pass on this.
Bet. Omar?
Yeah, Kojima with PlayStation budget, and Kojima what's called baby. We've seen what they did with Death Stranding, a new IP. You guys played Metal Gear, I never did. So yeah, sorry, Kojima.
Yeah. Farrell?
I'm just gonna go outside of the ones we've already been talking about, and I'm gonna throw one up to Ninja Theory.
Spicy.
Be different.
Oh, okay.
Because they're already working on a horror game, and I think it looks.
Yeah,
fun.
they're already working on Hellblade, and they're working on that Project Minerva, or not Minerva, Mara or something.
Yeah, Project Mara.
I got you.
Yeah, so just throwing out something different.
Bet. Kofi?
I'm also going to throw out something different, but it's a developer studio that is working on a horror game that we have not seen yet, Boycott Studio. They're known for the Siren series that came out on PlayStation many, many years ago.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, I think
that they have many people wanna, sign in.
Exactly. They have experience making games with a major publisher like Sony. They are a smaller studio, so it would require them to contract out. Like you'd literally have to contact them and be like, "Look, you need some like QA guys. You need this and that." But I always love their creativity, and I think that as Bokeh, they would be really passionate about a horror game.
And Zero.
And you?
I guess sorry. I got kind of two. The hater in me, Ubisoft, because like Fuck Silent Hill.
Dude, nah.
Get him the fuck out of here. Get him the fuck out of here.
Oh,
He said, I want Silent Hill to burn to the ground.
yes, I want it gone. Imagine a wildly massive open world Silent Hill where you can just go and hunt down pyramid heads at your leisure. Let's get it done.
Get this man the fuck out of here.
Open world.
Yo,
Zero, what happened to you,
shot
mister?
fire. Jeez.
I would say if I'm being just a slightly serious, Tecmo.
Okay.
Or Koei
Koei
Tecmo.
Tecmo. Oh,
Yeah,
that would be
Tecmo.
interesting. Because they're busy as fuck. Not now.
Bet.
How many studios do they have? Do you guys know? Because they're busy as fuck. They're making what's called Rise of the Ronin.
I have no clue how many they have. I just know they
Oh,
did
Koei
Fatal
Tecmo, yeah, they
Frame.
busy as crap, man. They got Wolong coming out. Then they got that Wild Hearts coming out. And like you said,
And
they
they're
got
making Rise of the
Ronin coming out.
Ronin.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
of course they do their annual Dynasty Warriors. So yeah, they
Oh,
busy
yeah.
as crap.
Real talk, we have not had Dynasty Warrior in a while now.
Well,
Wait,
After
I thought 9 came out last year, right?
hold on.
Did 9 come out?
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna hold up this game because, quite frankly, this is
Yeah,
a
I'm pretty sure
game.
9 came out
Oh,
last year.
Don't have it. But no, I mean there was also Fire Emblem Free Hopes as well.
Oh yeah, the Three Hopes series. Yeah.
I'll say Zero. If you really wanted Silent Hill to die, you give it to like Mojang and have like Minecraft Silent Hill edition.
I play that. I play
I
that.
got
The
an
problem
idea for a
is people
studio.
might actually play that.
Play that.
Yeah, very true.
Also, I just
That's-
like to point out something that I caught. I just remembered. Y'all talking shit on a Silent Hill VR game. Let's not forget, Resident Evil 7 was fire on VR.
It was.
Yeah, I think the best case scenario is that it's a PS VR 2 launch exclusive. That's what I said.
No,
That'd be like
Kofi
the
and
best
fucking
case scenario.
Kofi and the hater over here just like throwing that out like it's a bad thing.
No,
Well,
no, I
one,
thought it was cool. I thought it was cool.
I wanted to die.
Well, one, it would be the first game to come out on PS VR
it,
that is a system seller.
Yeah.
I would have no. Well, the rumor is PlayStation, but either the publishing IP or something publishing for what's called that VR game. What do you call it? Fucking.
All the Wild.
fucking no. The VR that came on PC and it did well. Not well. It did
Half-Life
amazing.
Half-Life Alex.
Yeah, thank you.
No.
That one.
All right.
Yeah. Me personally, I kind of want to see Bloober Team do it because they've been trying to make a Silent Hill game without making a Silent Hill game this whole time. So I kind of just
I
want
like
to see
that
how.
too.
True.
I kind of want to see how that works.
How if real talk though? How if Blue Box Studio is an actual studio and they're gonna reveal it?
Absolutely not, bro. Stop trying to give Abandoned Life. That game is vaporware. It doesn't exist, and y'all got played. That's what it
I
is.
got played with Scalebound.
Yeah, hey, at least Scalebound like had something.
Gameplay.
Trailer.
Scalebound was
Some work
legendary.
was done on the game.
Scalebound was legendary. Too bad it
It wa-
didn't.
yeah.
meant to be.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
I really wanted to play as Nero riding the dragon.
That was pretty much what that game was going to be for sure. Moving
So-
on. Sorry. Go ahead, Omar.
No. Go ahead. I also wanted to move on. Go ahead.
Yeah, bet. So it looks like the devs for Bayonetta 3 don't feel like paying voice actors a fair wage.
Ooh.
Zero. Do you want to give us the skinny on that?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
And you wanted a Nintendo guy.
I am wearing a Yoshi shirt today, but Zero is King Tendo over there.
Oh.
You dodged a bullet with this one.
And that's gonna be your new nickname from now on, King Tendo. I like that. I like that a lot.
King Tendo, I like that. Yeah.
That's actually not a bad little nickname there.
King Tendo Zero. Yeah,
We have an article. You gathered an article for it, right, Dante?
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, it's in our chat. It's there.
It's our general.
Try to understand.
No, not general.
and not in general. VGP.
Oh, gotcha.
It
Not
should
the
be
Discord, in the
one right
Discord.
underneath.
Gotcha.
Right under Silent Hill. It's right there.
Oh, Jennifer Hale shares a statement. I didn't see that part of the update. So according to Eurogamer, let's roll through it. Voice actors request fans boycott Bayonetta 3 in insulting salary fiasco. I'm going to circle back to the update. Original story. Helena Taylor.
You can skim it, bro. You also don't have to read the whole thing.
Gotcha. Helena Taylor, original voice actor behind Bayonetta, has requested boycott the third game following an insulting salary offer. Basically, this salary offer comes down to offer just $4,000 as a flat rate to work on Bayonetta 3, despite her previous work and years of training. Ms. Taylor says this is an insult to me and the amount of time that I took to work on my talent and everything that I've given to the game and to the fans. And she very clearly and without mincing any words is asking fans to boycott this game. And instead of spending money on this game, donate it to charity. She's saying, I didn't want the world. I didn't ask for too much. I was just asking for a decent, dignified living wage. And what they did was legal, but it was immoral. As she continued, asking fans to boycott the game if you're someone who cares about the people, who cares about the world around you, who cares about who gets hurt with these financial decisions, please do so. Bayonetta always stands up for those with less power and stands up for what is right, and in doing this, you stand with her. She explains how she auditioned once again for the role, but received an insulting offer. And then she wrote to the game director, Hideki, is it Kamiya?
Kamiya.
To tell her what she's worth. And of course, this is where she gets this sort of $4,000 offer. It is unclear how much work Taylor would have undertaken for the role, although U.S. Actors Union, SAG, after it does publish standard rates, perhaps with the seeming story of multiple Bayonettas in the game, the role would have been reduced for this game in particular. They now have a new girl voicing Bayonetta, and I love actors. I wish her all the joy in the world, and I wish her all the jobs, but she has no right to say she's the voice of Bayonetta.
Will you get that name right? God damn, that's twice you bullshit. Sorry.
She has no right to sign merchandise as Bayonetta, said Taylor. I'm going to skip up to the sort of update from Jennifer Hale, who is the new voice of Bayonetta. New voice actor Jennifer Hale has shared a statement in response to a series of videos from original voice actor Ms. Taylor, which highlighted the insulting salary offer made by Platinum Games. As a longtime member of the voice acting community, I support every actor's right to be paid well and have advocated consistently for this for years. Anyone who knows me has followed my career will know that I have great respect for my peers and that I am an advocate for all members of the community. I am under an NDA and not at liberty to speak regarding the situation. My reputation speaks for itself. I sincerely ask that everyone keep in mind that this game has been created by an entire team of hardworking, dedicated people, and I hope everyone will keep an open mind about what they've created. Finally, I hope everyone involved may resolve their differences in an amicable and respectful way. So, too long, don't read. The original voice actress for Bayonetta, both 1 and 2, frankly, I think everybody can sort of agree, seem to be given a very, very low salary rate for this job.
That's a pittance. Don't mince words. That's a fucking pittance.
Yeah, I was looking it up while you were talking, or you were reading the article, and I looked up voice actor salaries. Entry level is $13,000 to $31,000 per year.
Jesus,
that's entry level for a voice actor.
Jesus, and they gave her $4,000 on arguably a pretty large game.
Very large.
Who has been the
An
voice?
Experienced voice actor can make up to $200K per year
with even larger legs. Sorry.
Which my assumption is that someone like Jennifer Hale very easily probably clears $200K a year.
Given her body of work, yeah.
Like she's like the voice actress, for video games at least, anyway. So I guess I'll start. I spent a lot of time avoiding this whole thing because this felt very, very messy and very, very complicated. I'll get on my soapbox for just a bit. The only I think, unfortunately, we have to wait for a bit more information to come out. As always, what I hope the result of this is that voice actors are paid better, and that this shines a light on their craft and their skill and their work, Because all across the board, I think it has taken years for voice actors to sort of command the level of respect that they probably should have a long time ago. You know, we briefly discussed it with the Mario movie thing, but that one isn't too bad. But you've seen people like Tara Strong come out and sort of support Charles Martinet, or just like proper voice actors for doing the role, because it is a job and it's a skill set that not everybody can do, and it should be respected as such. So I do hope like this can come of it. Although from what I can tell, Kamiya seems to be a bit of an asshole about this whole thing. So that's kind of been illuminating
he
as well.
actually put out a statement himself, actually.
Did. He did.
Let me
And it was not nice.
Give me a second. Direct on Twitter account. Oh, it's got update. Oh, it's back. Apparently his Twitter was gone, now it's back. What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got kicked off.
Yeah.
Was suspended.
Disappears amid voice actor controversy. I'm fucking sure he said something along the lines of like, don't wait for the full story to come out or something.
Yeah, he said something like that on that.
He did say in so many words like, this is untrue. So like it definitely feels like there's something.
It responded by saying, sad and deplorable about the attitude of untruth. That's what's all I can tell now. By the way, beware of my rules. Which I think his beware of my rules comment is about don't kick up shit in my Twitter.
Well, apparently he's got a very strict set of rules. He also does not seem to be particularly a fan of, I guess, English-speaking Westerners. I don't know if it's Westerners as a whole.
Correct.
Yeah, but like he does not. So like what I can gather, what got him suspended off Twitter was just because he was blocking so many things so quickly. Yeah. So it's I think Twitter sort of automatically cues that as like, you're probably a bot. And so like, but weird guy. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see another maybe villain appear in the video game world, because I've never heard a word of him until right now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was aware of him as a person, but I've never heard anything he's done.
Oh, Devil May Cry.
No, I meant like as far as like
being
as far as like being in the news. Yeah, as far as being like, you know, bad.
Yeah, I get you now.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say, it's a difficult situation. However, for some people, do not hide behind the idea that boycotting, quote unquote, hurts everyone else involved with the making of the game. That is the purpose of a boycott. The whole point of it all is to hurt enough people so that the higher ups have to change things. That's how they operate. So you can disagree with that. That's perfectly fine. But don't hide behind. Just usually either say you disagree or you don't care. Like, don't hide behind the idea that like, oh no, we have to protect, you know, everyone else who worked on this game, because if I said boycott Call of Duty, if I said boycott Konami, no one would then be raising their arms up and saying, oh no, but what about the poor people making these games? So like, you can't really have it both ways. Just be very honest about your intentions, I think, and what you're clear about. The whole purpose of a boycott is to harm. And like, unfortunately, people lose out until management changes something. The idea is that management will change something. For Miss Taylor, it seems as though her goal is she wants either, I don't know if she wants her job back, or at this point, because I don't know if I'd really want it back at this point, it was very insulting to her, or she just wants fairer pay in the future, or she just wants to support a charity. I've never really heard of her until, you know, fairly recently either. So I don't really know where she stands on any particular thing outside of she don't want $4,000 to play Bayonetta in the third game. But it sucks all around. It's very complicated. I look forward to hearing more.
Yep.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of short-staffed her. Like, people like the behind-the-scenes people always, I think sometimes get short-staffed in this level. You know, if you're not a David Hayter, if you're not a Jennifer Hale, Troy Baker, you know, yeah, there are millions of other folks who do this all the time, who get like no particular recognition or credit, and who cross over from voice acting to TV acting. You know, everyone here could probably name a voice from our childhood, be a video game or TV, that like largely went unknown until growing up.
Wow.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, and so just, you know, hopefully the voice actors can do a little bit better. I think they're already unionized, so I don't know if the union is
This is true.
Yeah, the
In
proper
the
way for them.
States, Platinum Games
Oh, just in the States?
Just in the States, I believe. I believe in the UK as well, but this was a Japanese company, which I don't think they're unionized in.
Interesting. So yeah, that's just my take on it.
That.
Yeah,
I wish I actually did. I do have a take from this, but I want to wait.
I'd say I'll end my thought.
Yeah, I did want to just get mine in, and then I'll let you guys have it. Part of this also, like, until we get more information, some of this also sounds like sour grapes. Like, I get it. Voice actors do need to be paid more. If that's what they offered her, that really sucks. But I'm more so interested into the reason as to why. That could have been a ploy to maybe get her away from the project for a reason that we don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. Like, maybe they just didn't want, like, hey, like, yeah, we don't want you on, like, we'll lowball you. And because I'm pretty sure the person that they brought in is making more than $4,000 for what she's doing today in it. Because she's like the fucking Nolan North for fucking, like, female voice actors.
I will
like,
bring up the fact that she's the Nolan North in a second, because it is her. Her
resume is slapping. Like, I highly doubt they're like paying her $4,000 and she like take that. If that's
I'm gonna fucking read out her resume just from the last 2 years, and okay. So here's the thing. No, I'll wait till my part. I'll wait till my turn to get this.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, like I just like, and then she's attacking like the new chick. Like, do you really think like they would tell the new chick the reason why you're not the voice actor for fucking Bayonetta anymore? Like, it's not really in their best interest to do so. And B, employers don't really like discussing other people's fucking salaries with new people that they hire on. Like, it sounds stupid. Like, none of that would have been privy to you. So for her to be like, oh, that's not the voice of Bayonetta, she shouldn't be signing merchant. Like, it's just sour grapes. Like, okay, you got let go, but like, don't try to drag the new person like under the bus. Like, it's that person's fault. That you got underpaid, or you know what have you there.
Fuck,
they do deserve better pay, but it's just I just don't like how she went at that, because like, okay, you got underpaid, so now you're gonna get everybody else that worked on this fucking game underpaid too because of just you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just to bring up a similar situation.
It's weird.
Just to bring up a similar situation, and this motherfucker didn't even get caught. He was upset about it, but didn't drag anybody through the mud about it. Fucking David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake and Naked Snake.
Yeah.
Didn't even get fucking
called. He wasn't exactly, but he wasn't bitching that dude from 24 got the voice acting gig, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't calling that dude out by name and like, you know, fucking trying to shit on him in public.
He just basically said, I'm not the voice of Snake. I'm upset that Kojima never actually called me about it, but them's the breaks.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you keep it where it lies. Like, she could have just kept it at talking about, you know, the company, but like, you made it like you started like personally attacking like the new person that came in. And I don't agree with that. And then if this was under any kind of NDA, them Nintendo lawyers is them Nintendo lawyers is savages. So I hope whatever she did say and all this shit doesn't break any of those NDAs, because she about to be in court.
Okay, can I go next so I can
Absolutely.
Thank you. Right, first of all, as far as the NDA, I can't see how she's under an NDA.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just hoping.
Yeah. No,
I'm hoping.
I'm thinking, and Farrell might know more about this because he's more on that side. But how would they have her under an NDA? Like, she never signed anything for the new game. No, what I mean is she never signed anything for the new game. So any information she knew about the game, like she could hypothetically tell, because like all she would have known from the new game was, we want you to voice Bayonetta for the new game. Here's money. but she didn't take the money and she didn't sign it. So like, what?
They could. Hey, before we offer you this role, you need to sign an NDA. You don't know how that conversation that could possibly been a thing. You know,
I mean, it's possible.
Being
I'm gonna say that is
like,
possible because
employed.
Yeah.
All right,
I guess being prior employed would have something to do with it.
It's more common. Usually, like people who audition for roles, they have to sign NDAs, usually not to talk about the project, so that way people can't leak out projects who don't get like roles.
Right.
Yeah,
for certain
exactly.
things.
Okay, fair enough.
Exactly.
Fair enough. But
This
will lead into something else I'm actually going to bring up later. Actually, as far as like if it was that long ago, then it actually adds to something I was doing. But no, like let me just like here's the thing. Heather Taylor is no slight. She has had some prominent roles. Some I didn't even know about. I would say the one that shocked me the most that I was actually reading was she was fucking Zoran Blitz from Hellsing Ultimate. I had no fucking idea that was her. And she also played Fiona from Valkyrie Profile Covenant of the Plume.
Wow.
What?
Wow, I said.
Yeah, voice. Yeah, she's the English version. She's the English version.
Not a lot of people even know about the game. That's a 3DS game, right? Covenant of the Plume.
I believe it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
wow,
she
I haven't heard from that game in a minute.
Yeah, she went uncredited in that game as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, she was in Dragon Age Origins as well. But her most prominent role is Bayonetta, and also Kofi. When you mentioned about Smash Bros. Ultimate, it is actually under here as archive footage. So that's why I said they used voice samples because they used our archived voice lines for her for Ultimate. Because here's the thing: the last game she worked on was in 2014. That was the last project that she's credited under, and that was Smash Brothers for the Wii U.
Yeah, that's not recent.
Like she's not worked for 8 years. Fucking Jennifer Hale though, and this leads into the first point I want to make that just really like that is weird about this. Jennifer Hale in the last 2 years worked on Goblin Animated, Bayonetta 3, X-Men 97, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake, Star Wars Detours, Overwatch 2, Return to Monkey Island, Metal Hellsinger, Guild Wars 2, End of the Dragons.
Hey, Guild Wars 2? Wait, End of Dragon? That's the recent Joan.
Yeah, she's that.
I love that
She's
series.
in that.
I'm sorry.
Star Wars The Old Republic Legacy of the Sith, Kid Cosmic, Looney Tunes cartoons, Tots, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, No More Heroes 3, The Witcher, Nightmare of the Wolf, Archibald's next big thing is here, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Love, Death and Robots.
Yes, I said that.
Apparently they had a re-record stuff for Mass Effect Legendary Edition as well. Bird Girl, Cinema Toast, Cookie Run Kingdom, Curious George, Stillwater, Blood of Zeus, Star Trek Lower Decks, Marvel's Avengers, Marvel's Iron Man VR, Lego DC Shazam Magic and Monsters, DuckTales, Vampirina, Lego City Adventures, The Healing Powers of Dude, and Star Wars Resistance.
Is there a game she didn't voice?
That's what it seems like, right?
Yo, you want to know what's crazy? That's between 2000. That's okay. I should be fair. That's games and animated shows, obviously.
Okay.
But that's between 2000 and 2022 and 2020.
God.
Wait, all that within 2 years?
All that within
Beastly.
2 years.
That's beastly.
Gee.
She's literally like working with like developers literally all over the world. Like you said, Guild Wars 2, those guys are in Canada. You mentioned some American developers over in Japan. She's a beast. She's loved everywhere.
Yeah, so I mean I can understand, but yeah, that's a lot of projects.
But going
Yeah,
into
maybe they just wanted they wanted some more star power for the fucking role.
let me get into this. I'm gonna get into it because, like, I mean, fuck sake.
I don't think
She was in Mortal
they would
Kombat.
rate.
Mortal Kombat 11, Reign of the Superman, fucking
Stop it.
She has shit going. Like, my God, it keeps fucking scrolling. I'm gonna fucking put it in the Discord, not in the Discord, in the YouTube chat, so people can just see how far that fucking scrolls. But my point is, This woman.
I don't think. Do
I'm
you
not
think
done.
they
I'm
would
not done.
risk a shit? Okay.
I'm not done. Ain't no fucking way. No way. This woman's working for less than 20 grand to voice a game, which is most likely maybe a couple of days.
Period.
For maybe just like a couple of days in the recording booth. Alright? And ain't no fucking way she ain't working for fucking 4 grand. No way. Unless she really needed to buy a new fridge. But I really fucking doubt that.
I have a question.
I really doubt that. Go on.
Any chance that they knew they risked it, firing her knowing that they would be in this shit show? I don't think they would risk.
I'm gonna get into this. Right. So that was the first thing. Like, yeah, if she got offered 4 grand, first of all, like that's bullshit. Like, that straight up bullshit. Nobody should be offered just 4 grand. If you don't want somebody on the project, just tell them you don't want them on the project. Just tell them straight up. Have the balls to say that to their face. Okay? Just say, no, we're going in a different direction. I would say the same thing to Hideo Kojima's face. You should have had the balls to tell David Hayter you don't want to cast him in this. I'd say the same thing to him, and I'd say the same thing to these guys. Alright? Which makes me believe they lowballed her on purpose because they didn't want her to take the project.
Do we know what
I said?
I have a question.
Hold on, let me continue.
Do we know what you thought?
But one of the big red flags for me, as far as all of this to happen, one of the biggest red flags to hit me and just like boggle my fucking mind on this is Heaven knew this game was coming out. Heaven knew they'd have to find a new voice actress. Why did she wait until just recently, on the eve of this game's release, to speak up if she felt so passionate about it?
Because she wanna hurt them?
She should have said it from the beginning.
Because she wanna hurt them. What did she say? She said boycott. She gave a reason
trying to hurt them. But she could have hurt them at the beginning of development. Like, she could have derailed the hype for this like majorly a while ago.
Yeah, like she did. Like the here's the thing.
Okay, I have a question.
The biggest points of hype for a video game is announcement and release.
Yeah, I was gonna ask a question. When's this game releasing?
27th.
Yeah, 27th this month.
Yeah,
that's a little weird. That means the game has to be close to finish. So
the game's done. The game's been gold for a month now, I bet.
This is not about getting her job back. She's not gonna get her job back.
No,
she just wanna hurt the sale.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah,
that's why I wanted to ask. Do we know when she turned into a mega?
No, let's not.
No, because
I wasn't going to get into that just because
I'm about. The only reason I'm getting into that is because maybe Kamiya and the other have seen her tweet and all that stuff, and they're like,
but
"Yeah,
that's why
we're
I
not
said
doing
for
that."
one reason or another. It is. Here's the thing. It's kind of. I wouldn't right now, given everything that we know. I would say that it's kind of. I would say that it's kind of not relevant for the simple reason, like, first of all, the Japanese really don't. The Japanese public really don't know everything that's going on. What the fuck?
He died.
No,
Discord died. Like, Discord. That was Discord.
Talking about the Japanese public.
Yeah,
Japan's like, what you say?
It's back, bro. It's back. It's fine. You're back. You're good.
No, I know I'm back, but like that was Discord that died. I don't think
mine did that. Mine did that too. That's why I blipped out for.
Oh, so that happened.
Mine did as well. So.
Fucking Discord, man. Anyway, Kofi, you'd be able to speak on this. The Japanese public don't know like the ins and outs and everything of American politics. They've got their own shit to deal with, right? Like the Japanese public is, especially like businesses over there as well. They're mainly focused on the Japanese. Like so like whatever she said, unless it was literally earth-shattering news, like she just dropped the N-bomb on public TV, they wouldn't have cared. They would have weathered that storm after the fact. That I don't think that would have played a part, especially if she had like like I said, it'd have to be earth-shaking. It would have to be something earth-shaking she did for them to turn around and say, we don't want you on the project for that reason. I do believe they wanted her off the project. I just don't know for what reason.
I agree with you, especially because it's always a lot of assumptions going around that everyone else who's part of that project could also be quote unquote Trump supporters. Why would they be if they're in Japan? But like, we have no sense of what they believe in or think about. Like, we just automatically assume because Trump's like the bad guy, but like, he clearly had a lot of supporters. What if Kamiya and team are part of them?
Here's the thing. Let me double back on you.
Parcel of anything else.
I'll double it back and I'll actually reference something in Japan. Actually, the recent assassination of the former Prime Minister of Japan, I believe. Like there was people who were glad that he died in Japan. Kofi, I'm sure you know about this. There were people in Japan, outspoken people, who were glad that he got assassinated and shit. I'm sure there were people who think that in Platinum Games Studio, but they're not going to say shit about it, or the Platinum Games is not going to do anything about it because it
depends if you say it in open. Like Twitter, people don't forget. You have Twitter and you have other places.
Oh, people do forget on Twitter.
I feel like Japanese people do not care about what happens in American Twitter spaces. Or Western Twitter spaces, I should say.
Yeah, that is predominant. Like it is more westernized. No, I don't want to westernized. Makes it sound dirty, but it's more people who are ingratiated with Western culture care about that kind of thing, like Hideo Kojima. Like that man. That is. I will turn around and say Hideo Kojima is probably one of the most world learned persons ever. Like he's a Japanese man, knows a lot of Japanese stuff, but also knows like a lot of fucking Western stuff. He's a fucking nerd. He's that kind of person that would only give a shit about anything on like the Western side of Twitter. But yeah,
fair enough.
It's just weird. Like the whole situation's fucked. She shouldn't have got.
It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But it sucks. It sucks for voice actors. Like I get it, but part of this also doesn't smell right because we don't have the whole story.
Agree.
Nappy, how you feel?
Me personally, after like I already knew about the situation, but then actually listened to all y'all and seeing all the articles that have been pulled up. It's just the fact that she did this about 2 or 3 weeks before the game launches.
Yeah,
like, and so for me personally, I think she already lost the role and she was bitter this whole time. And that she just felt like this was my one chance to get back at the developers for kicking me off and not letting me be the voice actor of Bayonetta. So, I mean, it sucks that that they try to offer her $4,000 to do the voice role. They honestly just told her, "We don't want you to do it." I think that honestly the company would have got a lot more respect and they would have been understanding if they just told her they didn't want her to voice it rather than lowballing her and then basically making her quit. But yeah, I mean, the situation is definitely like a messy situation. So it's like I can't really say like, oh my god, I do sympathize for her because it sucks that they try to offer her $4,000. But at the same time, like with all the circumstances of like when she came out with her tweet trying to cause up all this ruckus and the time that she released it, it's just like seems like she kind of tried to be petty at the last minute. Just because. So.
Right. I'm also like, I kind of want to see the contract for this. Like, I kind of want to see the numbers, you know what I'm saying? I highly doubt we ever will, but.
No,
if it goes, here's the thing. If she is under NDA, we will get the numbers because they'll have to be brought up in court.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's if the company takes her to court.
Exactly, but if she's under NDA, like she's here's the thing: if she's under NDA, not only could she get done for that, but if anything in her story is not true, Platinum could sue her for slander. Because
I mean, defamation of character and slander, but that's about it. As far as her being under contract, I mean, Bayonetta 3 was already announced when she put out her tweet, so she didn't reveal anything new. So that's just about it. I don't think she was under any NDA contract. I think she was just salty.
Yeah, like that's a really good point. That's a really good point. She really didn't announce any. Like, she says she's not afraid of the NDA, but she really didn't say anything aside from how much they offered her, which would how much they offered her be covered under an NDA?
It can be, but she was never hired. That's the thing.
And I think because more often because she's union, right? And so I think they have their standard union rates. So we might not know very specifically, but just a general sense of
how.
You came under the standard union rate. So it could be that.
I have a question. How could Platinum get away? How can Platinum, let's say, because we don't know for sure, let's say it is 4K, how can they get away with offering so low? Is there no protection toward what's called
I mean, unions have jurisdiction, so I mean,
I'm surprised I haven't seen the union come out and say anything. Go ahead, Kobe.
Yeah,
wasn't within their jurisdiction.
You guys probably heard about this too, but I don't like to be a whataboutism type of person or make some sort of whataboutism argument because it doesn't solve or it doesn't make me feel any better about Jennifer Hale's. I'm sorry, not Jennifer Hale. What's her name again? I'm sorry.
Helena Taylor.
Helena
Taylor's situation. But I did see a post from a voice actor who mentioned a similar situation, and the reason I know him well is because he does the main actor of the Cold Steel series. And he was mentioning that for Tears of the Kingdom. No, not for Tears of the Kingdom. For Age of Calamity, that he did 3 different characters in Age of Calamity, and in total he got paid $5,000. I think it was. I'd have to go back to the tweet. Now, his name is Sean Chiplock. If you guys want to look him up, he does do a lot of work, and the Cold Steel series, as you know, eventually will be 5 games. So he's constantly doing work. He has work outside of Age of Calamity. Age of Calamity is a Nintendo, owned IP. But from what I could see from his tweet, I do have to revisit it. He wasn't necessarily mentioning that in the energy of it being as unfair. So then it kind of changes my perspective of, is that the baseline for what somewhat busy voice actors should be getting? Because he's pretty busy. Okay, he's basically, Cold Steel's been coming out in 2019. I mean, in the States, 2019, 2020. He's got another one coming out, and he might do characters in the new Crito games eventually. And he does other things too. Just beyond my knowledge. So I start to ask myself questions like, do I know what's normal? Because you guys started to talk about voice actors. I actually have to ask a question because I'm not super familiar with Bayonetta. To Dante, does Bayonetta have a Japanese voice actor? Because I don't even know. Is it only in English?
Searching.
Only in English.
Does.
It does.
1 second.
I remember it does.
Okay, because some of the prices of Japanese video games are higher because of the, how would you say, the economy or the funds that are allocated to voice actors. It's a more specific skill set that's celebrated in Japanese games.
Atsuka
for example,
Atsuka Tanaka.
See, and that's the wild thing.
And she's,
go ahead.
Okay, then this is even more. This is even okay. I don't know how weird this sounds, but I looked up Atsuka Tanaka. She is the Japanese voice actress for Bayonetta, and she's also going to be the voice actress in the 3rd game as well.
Interesting. So like it's so interesting because like if I was in love with the series, I only own the first game, haven't really played it that much. I might have been completely blind to this because I would just went for the Japanese voice actress and not even
Me too.
known. And I think that's where I kind of like got bended back. You know how she said like, oh, like this new lady, she's never Bayonetta, I created her. But like for me, I'm like coming from the Japanese. It's a Japanese game with a Japanese voice. Like you might have the major regions, but it's a Japanese game. So do you really own the character or do you share it?
Okay,
That was
Yeah,
kind of
pretty
my-
much.
this is where it's kind of weird because if you play Bayonetta and look at, unless they, which I honestly I don't really think they did because Platinum Games like to cut corners. Even I'll admit that the lip syncing is very clearly centered for
Japanese,
the
right?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
English.
it's not? Oh, it is. Interesting. Okay. Okay,
Like,
I'll
you-
give
if
respect
you-
for that.
if
I'll
you-
give respect for that.
If you look at her lip movement in English, it looks like it's more suited for English than Japanese.
Interesting. Okay. I'll definitely give props to that. That's an important point because if they're making the character to be, you know, of influence of Western, you know, background, then maybe it was kind of modeled to how I forget her name. I'm sorry, guys. That actress's style of talking.
Miss Taylor.
Which is
I'm gonna bring up a cutscene.
sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna bring up a
But so-
cutscenes
anyway-
for everybody, so everybody can see. Shout out to Gamers Little Playground. I'm just gonna bring
okay.
up.
So one other thing I just wanted to mention, like for example, there are lots of visual novel type games in Japan, and those games typically you would think have low production because they're typically sliding screens, sliding stills, but they charge rates that would match $60 games in the States, and that's because the voice actors are really taking a huge chunk of that profit because of the kind of community or the kind of like focus that Japanese games have. Which is just really unique to me. It was culture shock for me to see like what's it called, Tsukihime, or is it? I forget which visual novel title it was, but I was fortunate enough to find it for like really cheap on Yahoo auction. But it typically goes for like $60. It's a typical $60 game, but it's just a visual novel. Like literally, it's just text on the screen. Or like Ume Neko. I know people might know Ume Neko. It's like a murder mystery type game. Okay, it doesn't matter. So for that imbalance between, like, I'm imagining in my head that somebody like Sean Chiplock is going to help me establish what the baseline would be for somebody who's not super popular, not like Nolan North, but he's busy. But this lady, she's not busy, right? We've seen like 2014 was just like not even new work. It starts to paint the picture, unfortunately, that it's sour grapes, like Jubei kind of said, right? Like here's the thing, like Dante bring up an interesting point. If she had yelled about this earlier, it could have made a difference in different ways. And so, you know what I was going to say, Dante? I was going to say, well, what if she was doing things back when she started working on Bayonetta and she didn't want to harm her reputation, but those games never came out. There's nothing. So I can't make that argument because she literally did nothing else. So it just makes her look sour, in my opinion.
But you said 5K for him, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could find the tweet so I could share it so I'm not lying.
Okay, but yeah,
the choice for 3 characters in
5K for 3
Slender.
characters, and she's doing 4K for 1 character. There was a chance she might. There was a chance she might have took the role.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
it's just one of those
she's
things.
unknown.
It's a weird. It's just a weird thing. Sorry.
Yeah. And I really feel like Dante kind of nailed it. It clearly she did something, right? And so just don't hire her. Like just say like we're going in another direction. Like why even go through the circuit of offering her something that would make her upset? Just be like, we're not using you. Goodbye.
So here was the other thing, and maybe Platinum Games didn't offer this. This was the cool thing that Sean Chiplock said. So again, this is the voice actor who did I'm sorry, he did Breath of the Wild, but I think he's also done Age of Calamity. So he says he did Breath of the Wild, and he did an indie game called Freedom Planet. But this is what he said. He said,
I remember. Yeah, I think
you remember this now? That he didn't make that much off of Breath of the Wild, right? The $5,000, but that from the indie game, his deal was for royalties. So now it's a constant stream or maybe a stream within like, a 10-year period, because eventually that money's going to dry up. So I think it's like how you structure your deal. How are you working with, people to negotiate, what's smart for you? Now maybe that they never offered her that, so I can't blame her for that. But I want to know more. I want to know more before I make my judgment.
The final offer she was mentioned was $4,000.
Okay, you see it. Oh, you're talking about for her. Yeah. Exactly.
See, and for me, no, continue. I've lost what I was going to say. Fuck.
Yeah. So, and just to give more, I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm going to read the article. Sorry to just compliment this. So he said, voice actor Sean Chiplock added to the debate by revealing that he was paid even less than what I said before, $2,000 to $3,000 for his 3 roles in Breath of the Wild, Rivali, Teba, and the Great Deku Tree, which ended up being less than the 2 voice actors in the indie game Freedom Planet, because the latter generously, quote unquote, offered royalties. So I think maybe they were trying to entice him. But it speaks to the clout situation, right? Sean Chiplock was probably getting pretty popular. Being an RPG character that has lots of voice lines can kind of spread your range, right? You add and that.
Here's the thing with him though. This is not to discredit his opinion on what he said, but how much did he really voice in Breath of the Wild?
There's not a lot of voices in that game.
Question. I can't defend that.
That feels like that was a one-day job.
I feel like there's less than like 30 minutes of dialogue for those characters, to be honest. Because there's not a lot of talking in that game. There's not a lot of talking in that game.
Another thing to Dante's point, Chiplock also mentioned that he earned more from 2 off-screen lines in Detective Pikachu than he did for Breath of the Wild. But also, apparently, he gets royalties from Detective Pikachu. So I don't know how often royalties happen, but for Chris Chiplock, twice in 2 examples, that's interesting.
That's what I was saying. This is the one thing that I feel. Here's the thing. I think all this speculation. Like, we wouldn't have come to this speculation as easy from what Heather was saying, like, all these what-ifs and that, if she'd actually told us what she was paid for Bayonetta 2.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. Yeah.
That's really fucking good.
We don't...
No, for sure.
If she had told us, I made $50,000 US for doing Bayonetta 2, now they're only offering me $4,000. That adds more credence to what she's saying. But the fact that she didn't say what she's making just adds to these, quite frankly and quite honestly, despite the fact that I'm doing it, wild speculations of how much of this is really as it seems.
Right, because here's the thing we don't know. We also don't know if she was also offered royalties, but she was not happy with like, here's the base, but we'll give you royalties. She might not have been happy with just the base, even though they were giving her points. And I mean, if you know like actors and some shit, your base salary in a movie, that doesn't really matter, because the important thing is getting points. Because if you have a successful movie, you're gonna get revenue off of that movie for like fucking forever. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's all about getting them royalty points, bro. I want a piece of that box office.
Exactly. Scarlett Johansson. A good credence that is the Scarlett Johansson thing where she sued Disney because they put Black Widow on the streaming service, which could have hurt the box office. Because her contract was to make gross off the box office.
Last thing I just want to say really quick, because Dante, you are making a lot of sense to me. So like people who are talking about the characters he played on Breath of the Wild, they're saying he got paid $3,000 for 3 characters. It was probably almost nothing. But for Helena Taylor to only get like $4,000 for what is probably a month's worth of work, can we make the argument?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Right? It is kind of. It feels small. It does feel small. But again, she hasn't done much. I just don't know. Like
she's new.
I will defend her on that point. She ain't new. She has been working.
Not new in terms of.
It's not a lot, but she has been working since 1992.
Okay, but she is not known. That's known.
But the thing is, they do know her because she's Bayonetta. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like they got a new person to play Bayonetta. She's been Bayonetta since the game came out, so she's not new to them.
I'd agree. No, I agree with that. That's why I'm defending. What am I saying? You're defending my point. Fuck.
Yeah. That's like I agree with you. It's like outside of like she's been working, but like even if you just take like who is she? I haven't heard her from 2014 because you haven't heard of Bayonetta since then, except for
someone heard something.
Smash.
What happened?
No, there was so somebody posted an interview that she did where she was like saying like previous Bayonetta games were completed in only 4 sessions. That's mad short. That's mad short, B.
Jesus.
That's mad short. And it says that like it even has like I'm gonna share this with you guys. It even quotes like the rate range. It's like you get $200 to $350 an hour between like with like a 2 or 4 hour minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then union rate is like $825.50 a session up to 4 hour sessions. You see what I'm saying? Like if they did that in like just like in stressful voice acting sessions are usually limited to like 2 hours. So even then, we also got to think, how long is Bayonetta 3? How much dialogue is really in this game? Like how many hours of dialogue are we talking here? You know what I'm saying?
True.
I don't know. Like, I mean, because union rates can be one thing. Because you got to think when you're thinking about like voice acting. You were talking about salaries, right? Remember you said base was like 13 to like 30 something. That's over multiple projects. You're not going to get that off of one.
That's also in the States as well.
Right.
We're not
exactly.
taking into account the Japanese salary side. Because
I'm gonna share this with you guys because per this, it's like $4,000 was like union rate, and I like I said, I have a feeling this is deeper than that. I think there was either some royalty points or she just wasn't happy for that base salary.
That's what I said.
I would have turned around and said to them, here's the thing, if it did come down to a case of royalties on the game and $4,000, I would have said royalties on the game.
Give me the royalties on the game.
No. Hear me out. No. I would have at least pushed a little more, and I would have said $4,000 royalties on the game, slight royalties on the merchandise, and you've got a deal. Because the merchandise is going to sell just as much as the game.
The number of cosplay merchandise.
Hey, I just posted that. On our Twitter. That's easier for you guys. All right.
Like and people said that it makes no sense, but there was a chance for her to take the deal, and if they did, and if she did, then what would have they done? Fire her?
Yeah,
because they clearly don't want her.
That is a good question, but again, it comes down to a case of like you lowball someone that much, because again, like I said, in no way they lowball Jennifer Hale that low, and she accepted.
Right.
Right, exactly. But it's not even about low one, because like let's say $4,000 is union rate. You know what I'm saying? Based on how long these sessions were, and if they're done in 4 sessions, right? So, what I'm saying is, it's like who has more clout? I think Hale has more clout. She can come in here and be like, well, I've done this, and this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
That's what I'm telling you. She is not on her level.
Yeah.
She's not. And I think they saw it that way. I think
she is not new.
They're like, hey,
that'd be funny if this game comes out.
She is not new.
Sorry,
she is not new. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Pedro.
If this game is 5 hours long, I'm gonna be upset.
Shit! Yo, hold on. That's something else. Hold on, that's something else. Oh my god! I just realized that's something else. Because Jennifer Hale is credited as Bayonetta, and Heather has mentioned she was going to be voicing Bayonetta. I think the one thing that we're actually fucking forgetting about this game that could also add credence to the whole hours to voice. There's 2 fucking characters in this game you play as.
Yeah.
This might wind up being like a Metal Gear Solid 2 situation.
No, I'm thinking more. No, I'm thinking more of a Devil May Cry 5 situation.
Even
okay.
Yeah.
That's
Devil May Cry 2?
Half of the game.
Why not Devil May Cry 2?
Oh,
Devil May Cry 2
we don't
sucks
talk about
ass.
Devil May Cry 2.
I know it's ass, but
characters, right?
Well, no, because the thing is,
there's more dialogue in Devil May Cry than there is going to be in Bayonetta. Like, I'm almost guaranteed.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if there is if she's barely speaking, And this argument will be all for nothing. Just be like, yo, you.
Not an argument because we're all agreeing with each other.
Yeah, it's just opposite.
They're the draw. They just make the
Yeah,
Nice.
apparently
Leonardo
this
DiCaprio is not getting
Rampant.
paid market rate for shit that he's doing ever.
Hey, am I back?
Like, yes, you're back.
Yes, you are back.
The stream's
Yeah,
back.
you're back.
The stream's back as well. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead.
apparently, what's called I forgot what I want to say.
Nothing of value was
Oh
left.
yeah, I remember. Apparently, this shit is also being rampant in the anime industry with acting.
That is true in anime, yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, if 4K is market rate, maybe you as a union need to renegotiate some contracts and get a lower minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Maybe she felt like, oh, I voiced 2 games and you're still only giving me minimum rate. Maybe that's what she's mad about. I don't fucking know, but we really need more information on this for sure.
Absolutely.
Cheryl, do you have anything to add to this? I do want to jump to
The last topic.
Nah, y'all covered this pretty.
Oh fuck! This isn't even the last topic. We got 2 more
Yeah,
topics.
that second topic is going to be mad short because there's not really much to say on that.
Okay. Right.
It's still speculation. We gonna get our shit off for a second, but
Yeah, go on.
moving on. 30 frames a second. We are 2 years, 2 years damn near into this new generation of having these souped up little Ferraris under our TVs. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the PS4 and the Xbox One generation, we've ascended past tablet level CPUs at this point and got something a little bit more substantial, but clearly not if we are still getting 30 frames a second games on next gen only games. That is a fucking problem. Omar, please lead the congregation in
You want
on this.
Installation with this one. Yeah, no. Here's the biggest. So, I listened to a page by an actual developer working an indie game, and he said it can be multiple variety while why this is a thing. He did say, according to him, and this is from an actual developer, he believes this game needs at least 1 more year in the oven before it be ready, and it needs a total overhaul for its visuals. Which, if you have seen what called Gotham Knight.
Yeah, Gotham Knight.
Yeah.
Gotham Knight.
Then you would
animations.
absolutely agree that this game look at sometimes PlayStation calls they want the PlayStation 3 back. That's how,
You said
I'm not,
PlayStation 3.
it's disrespectful that this game is next gen. I'm sorry.
Bruh, I'm telling you, Arkham Knight shits on this game, and that game is 720p and 7 years fucking old. It is ridiculous.
Should I? Because I have the monster rig. Yeah, actually, no. I apologize, Shab.
I'm not those 3.
I don't know. Do you? What's your GPU? What GPU are you running, bro?
I'm doing a 2070 Super.
2080.
You got
Okay,
God damn it!
But the crazy part is, according to him,
I'm actually gonna load up. If I've got it installed, I'll load up Arkham Knight so I can show it.
Okay, according to,
go ahead and get that off, Homer. Sorry.
Yeah, why do you do that? According to the developer that spoke up to, he said that the only reason he can think of is one, ray tracing, but most importantly
ray tracing is all by default for consoles.
Most importantly is drop in, drop out co-op. And apparently doing something quote unquote revolutionary where you can be anywhere in the map, and apparently that's what's making it, like that is so what it seems that they focus more on the quote unquote gameplay aspect instead of just the FPS and all the jazz.
Yeah. Hey Omar, you know we can use to like call bullshit on that argument. pretty much any multiplayer game that's come out in
Okay, so
the past
no,
fucking decade.
technically,
I
no,
kinda
technically,
This one is different.
drop in, drop out.
I get it.
Drop in, drop out does have a lot more technicality behind it, where it can actually have a performance issue. That is that.
Okay,
This
so
game you
tell
can
me, so
be
tell me
from-
why that does not happen in State of Decay 2.
Does it
Please
have?
tell me that.
Does it
Because
have
that shit is
drop in?
30 frames per fucking second on last gen, and it's 60 frames a second on next gen, and I can still play with them, and they are not at the same frame rate that I'm at, and it's not a fucking
because
problem.
of lower textures and okay. So the thing is, you got to think about. I'm not defending this game in its entirety at all. But the thing you've got to remember is State of Decay is a previous generation game running on next generation hardware with.
I get that,
with a.
but this game is a previous gen looking game running on next gen
but
hardware. I can understand if it was more graphically intensive.
Hold on.
You need to remind.
The other thing.
Can I say one thing?
Hold on, let me. The other thing you're not taking into account is scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't know. Like they said,
We don't know how big the city is.
Like
right.
Shabby said, like it's anywhere in the map. Drop in, drop out. We don't know how big this map is. For all we know. In fact, I could have sworn I heard them mention how big it was at one point, but
it's the biggest Gotham map they currently made. So
it's bigger than
Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight. It's bigger than all of them.
Yes,
it's bigger than.
But I will I need also to add for that is remember this game was being developed for previous gen as well. They had to drop that, so. That also because
it was a last gen game.
Yeah,
but what if they dropped it because they couldn't get the shit optimized?
Precisely.
I mean, that's
precisely.
No, that's I think that's what he's saying.
That's the thing. Because I was gonna say because I honestly think like the untethering co-op thing was the biggest thing because it's like have you guys ever watched y'all watch Rick and Morty?
Yep.
I do.
Do you guys remember? You guys remember the episode when Rick was in that machine? They were trying to get intel off of Rick, and the problem is that what's his name was also in the machine as well, and he was taking up processing power because there were two separate locations.
Oh yeah.
So you gotta think about this. So non-technical co-op, and thank God that you don't have to be connected online to play this damn game. Thank God.
Can you explain what you meant? Because I have no idea what you just said.
I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. So basically. The thing about it, because it's not connected to a server and it has non-technical co-op, that means that your system is not just going to be rendering everything that your player sees.
Okay.
What your co-op partner is also seeing. Okay. That right there, and you gotta think about it, that's like running like two.
Oh, it's almost running two games in one.
It's kind of similar to running two games. So basically, it's all going to fall on your hardware. Because me and my friends, we were talking about this, and we was wondering, like, for PC side, they said for an i5-9600, which is a pretty beefy CPU, and a 1660 Ti, and we were just like, that's a pretty beefy graphics card.
Yeah,
just for minimum requirements.
Minimum 950 for minimum.
Yeah, so a 1660 Ti, yeah, and an i5 960K.
Oh, just so my card is the minimum. God damn.
My CPU is the minimum. I don't even know if I can stream this game.
Hold on. What's the minimum CPU?
Yeah, so I've got
95. I have an 86, so I'm disqualified.
I'm on the 87K. I mean,
wow. So you're Coffee Lake too?
Yeah, I'm a Coffee Lake.
I'm not on Intel.
I'm currently apparently my P. Okay, I'm gonna have to.
You have a 99, right, Dante?
I have a 9900K.
Yeah.
And
so
my PC. Here's the thing with this game. If I try co-op, I guarantee you my PC is going to struggle because my 2080. Even though I have a 2080, my 2080 is struggling.
Especially you're also streaming, right?
I'm also streaming at the same time
as well.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They kind of deserve some props if they go in that. That's pretty stringent.
Yeah,
that's why it's very easy to get at them for 630 FPS and all that jazz. And again, I have ranted about the visuals, but they have done what a few people have asked from developers to do, which is not to focus on visuals, but focus on the gameplay. Give us something that we have never. Give us next gen. That's what because I don't think what they're doing now is doable on the previous gen.
And here's the thing. Here's the other thing that needs to be considered as well, because I believe this also came out around the same time this did. Someone made a developer actually came out and made this statement that when it comes to this cross-gen thing that they've got going, it's like I've said multiple fucking times before. They have to work from the lowest platform upwards.
Yep.
Mhm.
So the fact that it looks like a PS3 game is because they had to make it for the PlayStation 4. Even though they scrapped it to up the visuals, they need another year in development. And even then, if they added more development time to do that, to up the visuals, you're just going to hurt the performance even more, because if they've got to lock it at 30, I guarantee you, unlock this game will probably run at maybe 60. I'll say maybe unlock 60, but if you add the drop in, that fucker is gonna tank to like 40. And then people will start complaining, and then you might as well just lock it to fucking 30, where we know we're gonna hit this with 4 people on the map all at once.
Well, it's
I
going to
think
be.
we have an
I
example.
think it's not 4-player co-op; it's 2.
They're going to add 4-player co-op later. So it'll be,
Oh, they are?
Oh,
yeah. So it's going to come out a
Yeah.
month from. It's going to come out a month from the game releasing.
Why do you
So
reckon
the
this
thing about
it's always been 4-player. They've always turned around and said it's been 4-player.
no, it's
No, no, no.
launching
they
it
did-
too.
Oh,
It's
no.
launching it
They've
too.
always said the aspiration was 4 people. That's why they have all 4 members of the Bat family.
I want to say something that said, Jube. You said something that it's gonna, either you said it or Dante said it, that it's gonna dip, and people are gonna be a fan of that. And I think that's what happened with Requiem. Requiem is like 30, and even then it's dipping because they prioritize what's called more rats on screen over stable FPS on PlayStation 5. While on Xbox you have less rats on screen, but you have a better stability.
I didn't know that there's less rats. I need to look into that.
I mean, because the only way to offset this is like usually what a lot of game developers do is like have servers and make your game where you have to be online to play it, where they have the servers handle some of the stuff, so that way it takes a load off your computers. But the fact that they said like, oh, you can play this offline completely, you don't have to touch the internet, which is great. But at the same time, like the non-tethering, it's going to hurt some PCs. We're going to feel.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if I just want to play this game solo, I'm a console player. Why? But I'm going to be punished playing this game solo by myself, still at 30 frames a second.
Well, that's why I said I'm hyper fat.
I would rather them like, hey, if you play a single player, you can get 60.
Okay, so
there's that, and then it would have been fine, because then I'm like, okay, now I can understand. But like when you take out the other players, you're forcing me into 30, and I'm trying to see why is me by myself playing still 30 when you know what I'm saying? Like it's 30 because there's multiple people here. Like you're killing me here.
Okay, my argument to that would be we don't, again, scale of the map. We don't know how big the map. We know it's the largest map. We know that it's got to render everything in. Maybe they couldn't hit 60 on single player. I was only spitballing that maybe it could hit 60 unlocked. So maybe if you're looking at the ground, it could hit 60. But like if you're looking around at the entire city, even in single player, maybe it couldn't hit 60.
Well, I think the biggest thing is RTX, and not only that, but this game is running on Unreal Engine 4.
Oh fuck that! I'm not buying it now. No, I'm not buying that fucking game. No.
Guess what, Dante? It would have been 60 on 5, bro.
I'm not. No.
So yeah, because that was another thing me and my friends were talking about.
Wait,
like, why did they make this on Unreal Engine 4?
Is it running on Unreal Engine 4? Is it confirmed?
Yes, it's confirmed. It's running on Unreal Engine 4.
I'm not buying it. Nope.
Because
this is a last-gen game. It is a last-gen game. You can't tell me it's not. It's a last-gen game.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It has to be. Like,
just in order to be
I hate to be that guy, but every game that has been cross-platform has been a last-gen game. It
was originally for previous gen before it became a next-gen thing.
I get that, but it still being on 4 just tells me this game is old.
It is. It's been a work.
Live
It's been
next
a work.
year, you know.
I mean, I'll admit the game is like Unreal Engine 5 about to be on Unreal Engine 6 now. And the Unreal Engine 4 is the one that's handling the RTX, which it can't do it.
Dude, that ain't no.
Yeah.
Okay, rant. No, I'm sorry. I gotta rant. Unreal Engine 4 is literally, quite possibly, one of the worst fucking engines out there right now. Every single fucking game that I have played on Unreal Engine 4, no joke, on PC has crashed. Not just the game, the engine itself has fucking crashed. Fucking Destroy All Humans 2, Jump Force, a litany of fucking games on that engine has crashed consistently. That fucking engine is trash.
Okay,
It is.
So, I mean,
It is.
yeah, it's not the best engine. I haven't experienced too many crashes because I play Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Gears 5, Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
No, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. No. Dragon Ball Fighter Z has its own problem because they fucking capped the frame rate on PC to 30 frames per second.
They did. That was
What?
And and here's the thing. You think that's bad. If you fucking go into NVIDIA controls and try and lock that fucker to 30, you still get ridiculous screen tearing.
Ooh.
That game
Yeah.
was made to be 30 frames per fucking second.
Little Nightmares 1 and 2, Borderlands 3. That actually makes a lot of sense for Borderlands 3.
Thank
why
you.
I act up at the beginning.
See, the more you talk,
Yeah,
the more you just...
it makes sense for Unreal Engine 4 for Borderlands 3. That Borderlands 3 on PC at the beginning was like, what the fuck? Sea of Thieves, Tetris Effect, Shenmue 3.
That explains a lot with Shenmue 3 as well.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That game actually run pretty decent.
Oh, that game ran
not
decent. That game ran decent, but it wasn't doing a lot. Like that's
Yeah,
the thing. Like when you Unreal Engine 4 can work when you work it in small increments. But if you try and do anything with anything spectacle with that game,
Open world, basically open world.
not even just
Yeah.
open, not even
Like,
just open world.
look at Kakarot, bro. Like look at DBZ Kakarot.
No,
Like,
not even that. Just like I said, Jump Force. That's a fucking fighter,
Yeah,
and that
a fighting
fucker was a
game.
piece of crap, and it crashed all the time
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Epic. I have a let's play. You can literally of Jump Force. You can literally watch me lose my goddamn mind over a period of time at that fucking engine because no joke, every 5 videos it crashed.
Yeah, Arkham City Return to Arkham was also on Unreal Engine 4.
Are you? I'm sorry. Are you trying to hurt my argument that it's trash or help my argument?
No. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I can understand Unreal Engine 4. Some of these games that were the top games on Unreal Engine 4 were kind of meh.
But yes,
they're kind of jank.
like smaller games.
At the beginning.
Yeah, smaller games can work. I fucking love Little Nightmare. I absolutely adore that fucking game. It's amazing. But it's a small game
Which
in
game?
increments. Little Nightmare.
Little Nightmare 1 and 2. They're both around Unreal Engine
Little
4.
Nightmare, yeah, Little Nightmare is dope.
It's a beautiful.
I have yet
amazing
to
game.
play 2, but I enjoyed 1.
You should definitely play
But yeah,
it.
small increment games work on Unreal Engine 4. Larger games or anything with spectacle to it fucking brings that engine to its goddamn knees.
You know what, now?
It's crazy how such a trash engine has become basically like the industry standard.
Yes.
Because where else are they gonna go? Fucking, you can't do shit with Frostbite outside of first-person shooters.
I know.
That's true.
You can-
we
yeah,
saw that with
well,
Anthem.
Where do we go? We go to RE Engine because that apparently is a it's
RE
great.
Engine
Well,
is literally
they
the
put a
best
lot of
engine.
effort. A lot of work
Then
in
we go
RE
to
Engine.
Decima.
I've said it before.
PlayStation.
So I've said it before. RE Engine, in my opinion, hands down, is the best engine out there right now for unilaterally because it can. I've yet to see it do an open world game, but every game that it has done, it has French kiss, like Michelin fucking stars all over the place for how well they cooked that engine.
Over Decima?
I want to see
Decima-
Decima do more things.
I need
feel
to
like,
see Decima
I
do
mean-
more things. Decima,
I mean,
I
looks
love
nice.
Decima.
Decima.
Trust me, like
We
Horizon's
can-
amazing, but I've
I
only
will-
seen 2.
I'm
I
gonna say
think-
this.
I think-
I
I will say Decima nails like faces. It nails finer detail
nails
like really
environments as well.
fucking
It
good.
nails it nails
It
landscapes.
nails the finer details for sure.
Yep.
thing is-
I think
thing
Dante's favorite engine should be made industry standard, and that's the creation engine.
You-
The creation.
Which engine is that?
Damn, because I'm looking at the Unreal
Yo,
Engine 5.
Yo,
and-
God Howard just smiled when you said that, bro. Like,
Ooh.
Oh god,
He heard
no.
that shit.
Yeah. You know what? We actually have not seen a game that has publicly released yet on Unreal Engine 5. So yeah.
Except the Matrix demo. But that's
Yeah, except for the Matrix demo. So Matrix demo is literally the only Unreal Engine 5 thing that released.
The only Unreal Engine 5.
I think
besides Fortnite,
Unreal
Fortnite
5 games aren't allowed to publish until April.
Here's the thing. The only thing we have seen definitive of Unreal Engine 5 is
Fortnite
the Star Wars Mandalorian.
Yeah, I don't think games are allowed to publish Unreal Engine 5 till
he looks
April.
so confused, and I love that. You look adorable when you confused.
No, are you talking about? I know you're saying Mandalorian serious.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
yeah,
you know the backgrounds and everything. When they're sat down and you see those vast backgrounds. That's rendered on Unreal Engine 5 and actually shown on a screen on a stage that they sit back behind.
Yeah, I can believe that. I understand. That's cool.
It's actually it's quite fucking ingenious, actually. Fucking Ghostwire Tokyo was on Unreal Engine 4 as well. That game ran like ass on my PC, and my PC beats the goddamn recommended for that game.
I'm trying to run Gotham Knights on 970 now, just to see what it does.
So are you gonna upgrade your processor? Like you're gonna get a whole new MOBO and all that?
No, I got a GTX 970.
No, I mean didn't you say that it was Coffee Lake was excluded? Like you can't it's a minimum.
No. So the minimum requirement is a Coffee Lake processor. It's the i5 960.
You mean the 860?
No, 960. The 900 series. So it's the 9th gen i5 processor.
Yeah, that's after Coffee Lake. Because I'm 8th gen. I'm 8600. You're saying
I'm 86.
No, you're 96. That's
I'm 87K. I mean,
that's Coffee Lake then. Then you're excluded.
I mean, I should be able to run it. I'm an i7 series though.
Well, what's going on?
I'm still Coffee Lake, but I'm still getting the game because I have an i7.
What's your CPU?
I have an i7 87K. That should be stronger than the i5 9600K. Because the max.
Okay. I see what you're saying. So, there's no hardware features that would exclude you that the game uses, like some.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, like what do they call that? Like synchronous.
Sometimes asynchronous compute. Yeah.
If they said the minimum requirements for this game was like an i10 processor, like a 10th gen processor, then I would have been screwed.
980 what?
So the minimum requirements is an Intel Core i5 9600K.
No. What's yours? The i7.
He has an i7. He has an i7
700K.
E700.
I have 86.
Nine. Oh god damn it! Sorry, everybody was
8700.
8700. Thank you.
Yes.
That is Coffee Lake.
Yes, that is Coffee Lake.
Yes, it is.
So basically, you're saying that those two processors are so close in structure, it doesn't matter that you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're close in performance. So that's why I'm like, I don't care.
There might be a tad bit of bottlenecking, which he might obviously he's not going to run it ray tracing because I don't believe your rig could fully handle ray tracing at 60 anyway. But like he might need to turn down a couple of things. But no, like this should definitely run it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My 87K should be fine. Plus, I haven't overclocked anyway, so
okay, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah,
yeah. Does it say what the minimum AMD is, or no?
Yes, AMD's minimum requirements is a Ryzen 5 3600.
Oh, fuck yeah! I can't play that game.
But you know what's funny?
I'm like,
You know what's funny? If you actually go into the Steam page right now and go to the store page, if you look at the recommended, it says TBD across down the board. They don't even know what the recommended specs for this game is.
It's a Ryzen 5 what?
Oh, for the minimum is a Ryzen 5 3600. Just 3600, not 3600G, not 3600. I forgot what AMD does for overclocking. Yeah, just a regular 3600.
I don't know.
But
can we move on from this conversation? Because most of us are not PC moves like that.
Yeah, I mean the whole.
The whole point is this game is terribly optimized.
Both of these games are terribly optimized. If they're still fucking 30 frames a second in 2022, I can't believe my eyes. Not even a performance mode.
On the old engine.
We're gonna see that with what's called a Plague Tale as well.
Yeah, I just said both. I said both of these games.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
it's 2022.
We don't know how many are going to be like that. Because remember, not every game was being developed when Unreal Engine 5 started. So most of them started on 4,
My
and
only
not
hope,
all of them switched to 5.
my only hope, my only pray, and I'm just hoping, Nappy. I hope you're with me. Put your hands together, Nappy. Pray with me, my man. Pray with me.
All right, I got my
Thank
tissue
you.
just to cry.
Yeah, please make Overkill move Payday 3 over to the fucking Unreal Engine 5 and get it off Unreal Engine 4.
Okay.
Please,
Yes.
please.
Agree.
Because I mean, the diesel engine can't. The diesel engine's basically running on fumes right now, but we don't need to move from one piece of shit to another.
It's true.
Also,
Agree.
permission to mindfuck Kofi a little.
You need
Sure.
my permission?
No,
Nah, he
I'm
needs
just
mine.
generalizing. Hey, Kofi, you know what runs
Yes.
on Unreal Engine 4 as well?
What's that?
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Wait, it does?
Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei 5 runs on Unreal Engine 4.
How was it on Switch? Was it like, because I
Correct.
still haven't started it.
Yeah, it had dips, but again, mainly when you're looking at the big landscapes.
Oh, it chugs.
No, it doesn't. It
Yep.
doesn't. You can notice a dip, and then it seems to equal itself out. But like anything else, like in battles, it's perfect. It's perfectly fine. 30 frames per second, it's fine. But
Okay.
again, it runs on Unreal Engine 4.
I'm gonna say, plus the game is a PvE. If it was like PvP, then yeah, that would be a big issue. But PvE, I can be okay with 30 frames, even though I'm clearly not going to play at 30 frames.
I do. I got no choice.
Zero, how do you feel about it? Are you thinking of still getting Gotham Knights, or you?
Guys, you're talking all these numbers and your 360 no scopes, and 40 shove-its, and all this other type of stuff. I will be comfortably
it's not that-
cruising in, I guess, the Geo Metro of settings to play. No, I'll give it maybe like a Honda Civic. Basic level.
Man, you're talking the Switch boy. You already know we get.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go buy it. I'm gonna probably have fun with my friends while I play it. Dante, inevitably when you get it, we can hop on. Is it crossplay?
No.
Not that I know of, no.
No.
Of course it isn't.
Of course not.
You're still playing games at 12 frames per second on the Switch. So
Apparently.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Pharaoh.
Hey, it's optimized well on the Switch. That's fine.
Listen, man, I hope. You know what? I want it to be. I want it to be crossplay, so I can, so I can see Zero get punched in 60 frames per second and know every single animation that he missed on the way to getting punched.
But apparently, according to the developer that did that space, mind you, he's not working on the game whatsoever. He said, talking about crossplay right now would be a disaster because that's an entire different kind of world that they don't even have the guts to, open it up right now.
I don't blame him.
Oh, for sure, I believe that 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen all the previous games on Religion 4 and how they first launched. Yeah.
I'm just mostly disappointed. You know what I'm saying? We're 2 years in. I don't want to see 30 frames. I don't want to see it.
What's his name?
Just pretend I'm consoling you right now. Jube. That's what you get for being a console player.
Benji said this, and mind you, he's in the industry. He said, if you thought that these two games was the only one that's gonna be 30, you're in for a rude awakening.
I've been saying
I've
that.
been saying that. Yeah, fair, y'all been saying it, man. These games are half baked. They're undercooked. They're coming in real hot.
Not just half
They're
baked.
in the middle, though.
Not just half baked, but Nappy will agree with me because clearly he's the only other motherfucker here who knows about the advancements of fucking technology. God damn it, Nappy, can you please become a permanent member? It's nice to have another intellectual on the goddamn panel.
Yes, I'll try.
But with the advancement of technology, with how far it's going, especially when you look at something like the RTX 4090, which is now already been proven to be now 60% better or run better than the 3090 Ti, with the advancement, these 30 games are going to become a lot more prevalent than you think a lot sooner.
That's true.
Because we don't even know what AMD is bringing up. We're not going to know that until either this month or next month.
Yeah, although it was. I think it was next month. They said it because AMD is about to fire back at Nvidia for their 4000 series.
Well, let me ask you guys this, because there is some excitement in what you're saying. Obviously, I'm not a primarily PC player, but I did build a PC, and I do like the idea of some PC games. When do you think the majority of gamers will be at the 20 series or 30 series level, right? Because the developers are always going to target a large base for their development. When do you think the 1080s are going to die, and we can see these games kind of target? Like, I want to see an impressive PC game. Does that make sense?
Okay, so
yeah.
No, Nappy, please take it. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's funny because right now, because a lot of people look at the Steam logs and they submit your minimum specs on a whole grid. Currently, right now, majority of PC gamers on Steam are still running the 1060.
I believe it. I got a 1660 Ti, bro. I'm back there. I'm there.
That's pretty good compared to 5 years ago, right? 5 years ago, it was not that.
Yeah, no. 1060 has been always. It's like I think for the past 3 years, 1060 has been the GPU, the number one GPU being used at most PCs. I think the thing about it is because we also had the storage and we had the world sickness that happened. Yeah. I think that what Nvidia's trying to do is Nvidia got a huge stock of 3000 series graphics cards, and I think next year, everyone's going to jump from the 10 series to the 30 series because prices are starting to come down and starting to become reasonable prices. I mean, you can also get the 1660 at Micro Center for $220, which is actually a steal.
Yeah, okay.
I would disagree slightly with that, only because I know manufacturers are also sitting on a lot of 2000 series. Like EVGA, MSI, they are sitting on a number of 20 series as well. I would say...
Well, EVGA is out the game now.
No, but they're still selling their stock because they've even got the thing of, if you have an EVGA graphics card with a warranty, we will still honor the warranty.
Yep.
My man. But I predict differently from you. I say when the 40,000 series starts to become more prevalent, because I want a 40,000 series, but that's because I'm running a 2080 and I want to upgrade so I can play games at really high fidelity and stream them, which I don't think is unreasonable. Do you know what I mean? So I gotta fuck the fuck out of that. That's gonna cost me like $2,000. Because fuck you Americans and your conversion. Somehow we end up paying more. Anyway.
Yep. Really, if I want to go a 4090 build, bro, I'm gonna be paying like $2,200-$2,300. Like
I'm talking just for the GPU. It's gonna cost me $2,000. It's gonna cost you like $1,500.
Yeah, that's ours is like $1,800. But you also gotta remember, everyone's gonna have to upgrade their power supply because that thing is a power hungry monster.
It is.
And what about does it work with the motherboards of standard?
Hold on, give me a second. We'll get to the mobile thing in a second.
What do you mean with power hungry?
Hold on. So I predict you're going to see a lot more people jump over to the 20 series, and I would say the lower end of PC, like the casuals of the PC market, you're going to see jump over to the 2000 series, which I would say rough estimate would probably be like 40% of the community, which is still a big number. Then you'll see, I would say, the next 40. Maybe another 40% move over to the 30 series, while then the next 20% go up to the 40,000 series or equivalent of. So I would say that the 20 series does become the baseline, but that won't be for long, because then obviously once the inevitable fucking TI comes out, or the improved slimmer version of the fucking 40 series, you're going to start seeing people move up to the 30 series a lot sooner, because they've got so much stockpile, and because prices are dropping, and because cryptocurrency fucking fell flat on its face. So people are not going to be hogging up fucking GPUs. So I would guesstimate, Nappy, you might disagree with me, I would say in the next 2 years, the minimal requirement is going to be a 2070 to a 2080.
That's interesting. I'll say in 2 years, I think it'll be the 1660.
Okay.
Fair enough. Omar, your question.
Sorry, the motherboard. He answered about the motherboard. Motherboard. There's no problem with the motherboard because the PCI slot is pretty much universal, Kofi. So
it's not going to get an upgrade.
No,
PCI 5 is coming out, right? Or it's already is out. PCI 5.
The 30
that doesn't matter. That just matters about speed, not about power. So usually, most of the graphics cards are powered by an external plug going directly to the power supply.
Yeah. But the PCI slot on motherboards usually have a high read rate anyway. It's basically graphics cards catching up with motherboard read rate. So as far as PCI slots go, so the PCI that I have on my my MSI 970 Pro will have no problem reading a 40 series.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And when it comes to like power hungry, that card, you need a new PCU. I have a 750 gold. That ain't gonna fucking do it. It's gonna smoke it. Yeah, it's gonna smoke it.
To be comfortable, I would say if you want to go overkill, if you want to go to a comfortable overkill, a 1000 watt is gonna be good enough, because this motherfucker baselines, no joke, at its peak, this fucker consumes 666 watts. That's not me making a joke. That's legit. Because somebody did the testing.
What does that mean? As someone of me that is generally investing in
what that means is my electricity. That means my electricity bill, if I get one, is going up.
I'm about to say, and especially that thing runs hot too. Man, you can warm your whole apartment with a 4090.
You probably could.
No way around it.
No, in terms of, and I'll do it in terms. So say like you're playing like a tower defense game, right? And you can connect so many towers to a battery. That's pretty much what we're talking about. Like this thing takes so much, you have to be able to power that plus everything else in your PC.
Yeah.
And if that's taken up 600 by itself, again, my PCU is a 750 watt. My card might take up 200, 300 of that, maybe. And then I use the rest of that to power, the rest of my motherboard and shit. That card eats power supplies for breakfast. Like you're going to need something hefty because you have to power that. You still have to, power your motherboard. You have to power everything attached to that. Like you got to power your USB ports on your PC case. Like it's power management.
Yeah. There's also you got to remember, there's number one rule, and this is like an electrician thing. You only want to put 80% load max of power on any type of electronics.
You don't need that Asus store power supply.
Yeah, so.
No, fuck that. Out of spite, I'm gonna buy a fucking EVGA 1000 watt power supply out of spite.
I mean, no, they got a good deal. They're like,
I know they've got a good deal. I'm on about to spite Nvidia. I'm going to power their shit with an EVGA.
Yeah. Or we could just wait for AMD.
They got the 1200 watt supply. So that's what I got. One of them.
Anyway,
you're prepared.
I am prepared.
Yeah, like I'm just over the 30 frames. Like we should be past this, and we're not, and we're probably going to continue to not be.
Yeah, I have a question. Do you think are we gonna, throw a tantrum every single time we hear Game 30?
Yeah, no, you are now. You are now because you've got the taste for 60 frames per second. Now you understand what we PC gamers have been talking about for fucking years.
Yeah, you're not seeing me raging. I would take graphics over FPS. You know me.
You take graphics over FPS?
He does.
Including a competitive.
Well, the thing is...
But here's the thing. If I continue to see first-party games do this, I'm going to have a fucking problem. Like, at some point, it's your hardware. You know how to optimize that shit. If you still can't get 60 out of your shit, you're doing something wrong. Like, I'm not going to have an excuse for first-party games from either side coming out sub-60 for whatever fucking reason. Like, it's not... The word optimization problem will not be a fucking thing from first-party. I do not want to hear that.
Real talk, I'm investing in PC. I'm just waiting on PlayStation to say day and date. And I'm done. I'm going to PC.
Oh my god, I fucking want... Oh my god, no! Someone pinch me! Someone fucking pinch me!
You said what? Oh,
hold on. I had to think about what you just said. Word, bro? That's what we do?
No. This is no bullshit. Because I would
at some point you're gonna be like, what's the point? Like when you can have
not what it like. I care about the controller. I take my controller with me. If right now games are still hitting PC, a year later, or let's say a year later. If they go day and date, then there's absolutely zero reason to own a PlayStation. Simple. Then I might as well invest in a big rig, and I'm talking 40 card level of big rig, and that just get what's called. I would be having playing then Xbox, PC, PlayStation, Nintendo, you name it, it's all there.
Yeah,
But
you might
be on PC Game
in
Pass.
between.
No, he's not. He might not be, but I feel you, brother. Like for sure.
No. This is
Like, that's-
absolutely a thing because if they go there and then what's the point?
No, and that's what Jubei said. What's the point? Like that's my whole thing. When I had this discussion with you guys when the Xbox came out, and you guys were talking about. Oh, Nappy, I'm so glad you're here now, actually, because you're going to be able to defend me on this now. Like
Right.
when the Xbox Series X got announced, and they turned around and said, like, I can understand the price thing, but now you guys have got a taste of what we PC gamers have been experiencing for literally the last 10 fucking years. Like I was saying this when the Series X was coming out. Why not just invest in a PC? And Jubei was one of the guys who turned around and said, the convenience, I can have it in the front room. And I'm like, dude, you can literally build a PC and put it in your front room that would be about the same size of an Xbox Series X.
Get a gaming laptop and
Now,
put it on your front TV. There you go.
my only worry is how big of a jump what's called electricity bill is going to be. That I need to be
Oh
prepared.
no, you don't have to get the 4090. We were just saying that's the latest and greatest.
No. The reason why I want to get the 4090 because I want to get the best thing, so I be set up.
He wants to be cutting edge, and
He wants
to be
future-proofing.
I can understand.
It's future proofing. I mean,
That's what
That 4090 Ti.
You know what? You joke, Pharaoh. I was actually about to say the same thing. We're still a ways off from Omar actually saying this. By that time, the 4000 Ti series is going to be out, and it would not surprise me if by then they figure out a better cooling method. Because as much as I can meme on the fact that this GPU looks like I could actually beat someone to death over the head with it,
It's the size of the Series S, bro. It's fucking huge. It's the brick that fucking it's the brick that Kevin McAllister fucking chucked off that fucking building.
You know what?
Smacked old boy in the head, but it's fucking huge.
I'm pretty fucking
OG
sure.
Xbox.
I'm pretty fucking sure it's the obelisk from fucking 2001: A Space Odyssey as well. I'm pretty fucking sure.
Yeah.
God, I aged myself with that fucking reference.
It
Anyway,
fucking did.
but my point is maybe by then they'll also figure out a better cooling system. So the 4000 series might actually also be fucking slimmer. Or you could just invest in a water cooling one, which is actually what I want to get. I want to get the MSI Supreme Liquid one. Because it's like,
yeah, that's
at that point, why don't they just at this point, why don't they just invest and say, fuck it, we're just going liquid cooling for all GPUs at this point. Yeah, we're probably going to raise the number by 100, but we'll figure out a way around it because you might as goddamn well if they're going to start running this damn hot.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely gonna invest in cooling and also a lot of what's called fan. Well, yeah, that's basically cooling because I have a
I'm
small
definitely
room
liquid cooling my shit.
and
Yeah, liquid cooling is the way to go with PCs at this point. Airflow is
My basement gets hot as hell off my GPU as is right now. Like,
I'm gonna say airflow is still decent. I mean, but not for the 4090, of course. No.
No.
But unless it's wintertime, unless you live in a very cold place,
Alaska.
just don't turn on your heat and just run your 4090. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no,
cook your meals on it like the George Foreman, bro. Just
with someone like me, Nappy, with someone like me and yourself, obviously, where we know what we're doing, so we overclock our shit. Like water cooling has to be the way forward because unless it's a controlled fan, especially on the CPU, that fucker's gonna run hot. And like I said, mainly with GPUs these days, they're gonna run hot. So water cooling pretty much is water cooling might end up becoming the fucking standard at this point. Because I mean, it already is. Because we've got water cooling conversion kits out for GPUs like the dating back to the 10 series actually, the 1080 and that.
Yeah, 1080 got water conversion, 20 series got water conversion. You can easily put any type of cooler on your graphics card at this point.
Yeah.
So many third-party options. It's ridiculous. I just can't wait till we get to the day where we get liquid nitrogen.
What do you mean? It's already. Have you? You know?
I don't know. I don't trust people with that.
No, I was about to say, you've seen have you ever heard of Linus Tech Tips?
Oh, of course. Who hasn't?
They fucking did that, and apparently,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, running Doom at like 500 frames a second with the whole liquid nitrogen cooled.
Yeah. Okay. For context to anybody out there, they did a water cooling solution for, I think it was both the GPU and the CPU.
Yeah, GPU and CPU.
They did liquid nitrogen. They were running Doom ultra ray tracing. Was it ray tracing?
Ray tracing everything. The works.
Yeah, 500 frames a second. It's something ridiculous. The fucking GPU didn't even go over like 40 degrees, was it?
Celsius. Yeah, it didn't go over 40 degrees Celsius because of liquid nitrogen cooling. And usually, like the time when stuff starts thermal throttling is when it hits 100 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
yeah,
on average, I'm gonna say
around
around 85 to 90 is when it starts that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. GPUs is 85 to 90. CPUs are usually 99 to 100 Celsius.
Or you could just, move to Antarctica and park your PC right there. You don't need like
no, you don't want to do that. No, you don't want to do that because with the 40 series, you'll just melt through the fucking snow. That's it. Like, you'll just add to global warming at that point.
Hold up. Deadman said he saw someone that used vodka for cooling. What the hell? Who used vodka?
It does have a high boiling point, though. To be fair,
It does. Fair enough.
Hold on, give me a minute.
some Russian.
All right, so we're under the agreements. 30 frames is bad.
Yeah, 30 frames.
We aren't having this shit.
The boiling point for vodka is 78 degrees Celsius.
Thing is that
that's bad.
The biggest issue with 30 frames thing is that a year later they released the 60 frames patch. It's just
okay. Now you've kept saying this, but what if there is no patch, Farrell? What if there is no patch? Like let's actually live in the world of hypothetical and actually answer this. What if there is no patch?
I'm just going to
Game Pass.
For Gotham Knights, I could see that being a possibility because of the issues the parent company is under right now. But if there isn't, then it's just like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Same with Plague.
We literally just explained it. For the graphics alone, they need 1 year. It's not a simple thing. This is what even the developer came out and said. It's not.
Yeah, and I've been saying this. I've been saying the same thing.
Yeah. So why are you then surprised if there is no patch? That's the reality.
After a year? Yeah, there needs to be a patch after a year.
Say at least convert it over to like Unreal Engine 5 where it could possibly do 60. That's the minimum. That's what at least I'm hoping for.
Like I said, I guarantee you after like a week and a half, PC players gonna be playing at 60. They gonna patch,
right?
Hey, fuck that.
They're gonna play 60 regardless. We're playing 60 at day one. We will lower our graphics to get that 60.
And to be fair,
I'm just saying, but there's gonna be but y'all will make your own patch, and the fact that the community on PC can make a 60 frames patch, you telling me that an actual studio that gets paid to do it can't do it within a year? That's not acceptable.
Wait. Hold on. Are we still talking about Warner Brothers, or are we talking about Bethesda now?
No, we're talking about.
Oh my god!
Man. Nappy knows. Nappy knows
they
what I
didn't get it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But that's a better release.
Blame yourself.
60 frames.
No, it's just that Bethesda's been saved by the community so many times.
No.
I believe it.
This one, I blame the PC community. Why? Because you guys keep still working for free for Bethesda.
No, we don't. No.
Not you.
No. That is incorrect. That is absolutely incorrect. And you want to know why you're incorrect? Because a number of years ago, Nexus Mods, one of the biggest fucking places for mods, actually introduced a fucking donation system where you can actually donate to the mod, to the person who created the mod. So you can
fine, but still, you're not getting what's called Bethesda money from Bethesda. Basically, what I mean by that is like the modding community literally came out and said they're ready for Starfield because they're expecting it to be buggy and they're gonna need to fix it.
You are taking that way too literally. You were taking that way too literally. Like that has been a running joke.
I mean, it's just a Bethesda, it's a Bethesda thing. Like it's just
is. That's me.
Yeah, it's literally called Bethesda for a reason.
That's been a meme going on since
Our hope is it's not game-breaking bugs. They're fucking hilarious. That's what you really hope for. Like, I'll take bugs if they're fucking hilarious. Like when people's like heads would like fucking rotate and shit.
That was fine.
I'll take that shit. That's fucking hilarious.
That was fine. Dragons. Like, but no, like the thing is, like that's been an ongoing meme. Like just to show you how far behind you are on that, Omar. The whole Bugfesta thing and. Oh, we can't wait for the next release so we can fix it for them. That's literally been an ongoing joke since Fallout 3.
But I had no idea it's a joke.
Like, that even happened with what people would consider the best fucking Fallout game with Fallout New Vegas. Like, even though it was Obsidian that made it, they still made the same fucking joke.
Yeah, they did. I was just mad at what they did with Fallout 4. They literally took community mods and then made it an official patch for the game. And people were like, what the fuck? You stole the mod's work.
Hold up. What's worse? That or selling them with a whole new fucking edition, dude? With fucking Skyrim Ultimate Edition, Special Edition, Dragon Age.
That is very true.
You guys did a really good job. We can sell this.
Yeah, that's what literally stole mods' work a couple times.
At least Binding of Isaac has the decency to buy them, either buy them or what's called join them or something like that. Because they were working on mod for the game on their own, and either they bought them or whatsoever, but at least the developers got paid. But with this one, Bethesda just steals.
This is true. Yeah. I did want to touch on this last thing real quick, just because it's more rumor and speculation, and you got to start cutting.
Yeah, let's just move on with this one.
This next topic shouldn't take more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Last thing, this PlayStation showcase for 2022, apparently, per rumors, is supposed to be an announcement scheduled for the 11th and is supposed to take place on the 20th. I don't think that's happening. Omar, do you want to start us off with that?
So yeah, apparently PlayStation is so far not doing any show because they don't wanna, show their hand to Microsoft, especially with this whole deal. It's still ongoing, and they don't wanna jeopardize the deal and allow it to go through by allowing people to see what they have for the PlayStation fans. And it could be true, but I mean, every company is going to do that. Like how Bethesda did it, Microsoft did it by literally saying that Activision have no IP that's worth mentioning. So you're going to see it on both and welcome to that. Also, they did a state of play a few times, and they showed a few times exclusive or full-blown exclusive. So this whole conversation, it's weird to me.
I think the main issue is they didn't have an E3 competitor this year.
I mean,
they didn't have a really nice show that was supposed to be like during this E3 season and shit. And we said, okay, it's not gonna be, it'll be like, but now we're not getting one. Like that just seems weird because outside of God of War, and Spider-Man, what else are we getting next year? We have 2 games like really confirmed for PlayStation over the next, let's say, 6 months. Like, what else are we getting next year? They haven't said shit about 2023 outside of Spider-Man.
To be not fair, but like if you're gonna look at how 2023 is looking for PlayStation from what's called third-party deals, we got Forspoken, we got Final Fantasy 16. Like that.
I'm talking like strictly first party though. That's really what I want. We need that, right?
I am 1,000% in agreement with you, and we might see that after God of War drops. We will see. Maybe after the deal ends, then we're gonna finally see. But at some point, life is quote unquote gonna be back to normal, and we're gonna see what the PlayStation have for us in petto. But as of right now, it's Watium, Hopium, Copium, whatever you wanna use. I
Opium.
had, yeah, it's a. I just learned the word and I enjoy it, so it is a funny thing. But yeah, it's also PlayStation fans. I have been hearing them saying the same thing that I've been saying now, that PlayStation needs to just show what they have and do a show, because this is not how they usually do their thing.
Yeah,
They
it's spooky.
It's not spooky because
It's just odd because you usually, I mean,
it's
usually
not
we get
spooky. It's just a matter of this might actually be the case of them not wanting to show Microsoft what they have, because when it comes to first-party output, for 2 years now, delivering non-stop. So, and with after what's called Spider-Man, we also have Wolverine, which is not going to be absolutely for the next 2 years then, and not now. So it's not like we don't know. We just don't know what's next. And I am expecting for that to be revealed either after God of War or after this whole deal is either done or not done, completed or not completed. And
I
that's
have
the
one more
other thing. Yeah, go ahead.
I have one more question for you, and then I'm gonna shoot at somebody else.
But
So do you think it's okay? So say the rumor is true that they are trying to, not add weight to Microsoft's arguments in this case. I mean, does that make their claims of, harm in this invalidated in any way when they're trying to hide the fact that they do a lot of the things that they were complaining about?
no, because I'm pretty sure Microsoft have Nippon up what's called upfront as well. It's just every company is doing it, and this is the issue. I'm so done with the deal. I genuinely want to read either what's called either acquire them or lose them, and I just want to be done with it, because what's happening is the industry is now standing still because of it.
Yeah.
There was yeah, go ahead.
Here's the other thing. If this goes to court, like this here, I bet you this is how it works. Like, say it gets blocked somewhere, that's just gonna go to court. If this shit is not done in court by the time the deadline for this deal is done, that deal goes through. Like that's what's gonna happen.
No. If it's blocked by TMA and then UK says block it, and then
it's gonna go to court, but they have to resolve court issues before the deadline for the deal.
I believe after that, the UK, not UK, Europe gonna say no, and then you have also Australia, which also gonna say no.
That's fine. And here's the thing: they go to court. If the court shit is not resolved by the time this deal was supposed to be done, the deal goes through. Like,
no,
they're on a timeline for this.
All you need is one country to say no. It's over.
No, it's not. If a country says no, you can fight it in court. It's not as simple as one country saying.
One country says no, it doesn't kill the deal completely.
It doesn't, because they can litigate. You have things in a process you have to go through.
The thing is,
if they prolong,
it's like 2/3 have to say no to stop it.
I'll add this. Hold on. If the UK and the European Union say it, it pretty much could die. For the simple reason, you got to look at how many countries does that encapsulate with the European Union. That's France, Germany, Italy, Hungary, Belgium, Austria, Spain. I was going to say Argentina then. For fuck's sake. Yeah, but that's all those countries then. Because the problem is, what you need to remember about the European Union is one of the reasons why we in the UK, or I'll admit, I was one of them who wanted out. If the Europeans say it, that trickles down to everybody in the European Union, whether the governments wanted it or not.
Here's my thing, Dante. That no has to come at some point soon. If they wait too late to say no, they fuck themselves. Then saying
I
no,
agree. No, I agree.
say no won't matter. Like
no,
they have to say no pretty much before this year is over. They have to say no before this year is over.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that what I'm saying to add credence to Omar's argument when he said that if England says no and Europe says no, like, you don't need to get to Australia, because at that point the deal would probably be dead. 27 countries in Europe. Like like that law, like that deal would trickle down to all of those European countries, which is one of the reasons we wanted out, because they're making rules that we have to follow.
Yeah. And Microsoft is already was already in hot water when it comes to antitrust law in Europe. So they're not doing good when it comes to this deal right now, especially after what the CMA have said. We will see what's going to happen.
I get it, but what I'm saying is the CMA needs to say no before January 1st of 2023. If this shit lapses in the next year and they're still doing phases, there's no stopping that deal. The deadline for it's going to come, and at that point you can't block it. At that point you're going to be sitting in court for probably years at that point trying to figure this shit out. Meanwhile, it's done on paper.
The way CMA have been going at it, they are absolutely serious with this one. Not only that, they have done their what's called research.
Don't say they did their research. I don't want to hear that, because they didn't.
Research. They copied everything Sony has said verbatim. They have done no research on their own.
And then they were talking about making this like we can't let Microsoft have exclusive features. So them saying, hey, this mode of fucking Call of Duty is exclusive on PlayStation. They could still do that. Why is that okay, but Microsoft can't do that?
They said that Microsoft didn't have any Xbox, any Bethesda games in other competing streaming services. Meanwhile, Deathloop is in PlayStation Plus streaming service at this very moment.
Deathloop was created before the deal happened.
No, it doesn't matter. They said there are zero. They said there are exactly zero. They said there are zero Bethesda games. They said there are zero
Bethesda games that have launched outside of Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo since the acquisition. So I mean,
ESO is there too. Like, why? They said that their wording sucks. They said there are no Bethesda games in competing services, and that is a lie.
You just said they did their research. How did you do their research?
If they lied about that, or if they didn't know that there's plenty of Bethesda games in PlayStation Plus somewhere in the service, they exist. And they said, no, there's none of those. It's a lie. That's not good research. Like, there's so many things wrong with that. But like I said, I just wanted to know if it was weird or if it would hurt the argument.
This one, everything, not everything, because I've had been in agreement with my team about this, and I'm gonna because they didn't even do State of Play for God of War. Like, that's what I'm like. Where is that?
We told you that wasn't
exactly. This game is like 3 weeks away, bro.
Yep.
And there's no hype. I mean, there's hype, but there's no like. I was expecting there's hype, but I was expecting them to do a show for their game that's coming out.
I was
in 3 weeks.
expecting it as well, but yeah.
No, for sure. Nappy.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, by the PlayStation deal.
No, not about the deal. Just the tactic, or just how do you feel about the tactic of not having a show because you don't want to. You're being petty and not straight from the deal.
If it's true.
I mean, that kind of would suck. I mean, if they don't have anything, I mean, I guess no show is better than having a bad show. In a way, because the only thing I heard from PlayStation side is the new God of War and the new Spider-Man 2 that's coming. And every time I hear something about like a PlayStation exclusive, like I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy VII's Zack remake was supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive. Thank God it's coming to PC day one.
It's going everywhere day one.
No, it wasn't. Crisis,
which one? No.
Crisis. The Crisis.
Crisis Core. Yeah, Crisis Core.
That wasn't. No, that wasn't.
No,
that
never was.
No, it's Reunion.
But the next,
not Reunion.
But the next one, Reunion is just for PlayStation so far.
Yeah.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
no, Rebirth. Rebirth is
Rebirth. Reunion is Crisis Core. Yeah,
Reunion is multi-plat regardless. Reunion is multi-plat regardless. Rebirth is PlayStation exclusive.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I got you. So, and also another thing too is also like the PlayStation ecosystem, for especially for the PlayStation 5, is not doing that well. Not too many people got their hands on a PlayStation 5, so it's actually kind of hurt Sony because they sold that console at a loss.
it's actually doing a lot better now. They have even reported on that.
They have. I bought another PlayStation. They're available.
Yeah, so no
I'm about to
idea
say, 'cause
whether.
I see Xbox everywhere now. I see a shit ton of Series S's. Like Series S's are just everywhere.
Yeah, but PlayStation is still not only selling, they're selling by a lot. They have even allocated other stuff for putting what's called a diskless, not diskless, but
Yeah, they're revamping the PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
they're gonna have an attachment for discs.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Which they should have fucking done to begin with. I said they should have fucking done that. One model where you can buy it without the disc and make it modular. I was saying that from the very goddamn beginning.
Yeah,
that's a smart idea because honestly, like instead of having two different SKUs, yeah, just have it one SKU and then you can buy it with the disc drive and without the disc drive. It's really good. So,
that's genius. Like literally, they can just sell the digital version if you want the disc drive. Pay $350. Get that, or pay $50. Get that attachment.
The disc drive wouldn't even because it would lower costs because they wouldn't even need to sell the disc drive for that much. They could literally sell the disc drive for like $75 because I guarantee you, making that damn disc drive probably costs.
I was saying sell the disc drive for $50. I was saying sell it for $50. I know they're not going to sell it for $50, but
yeah, they're going to charge $100 for that. I already know that.
But the thing is, no, they could sell it for $50 to $75 for the simple reason I guarantee you the cost of manufacturing for that goddamn disc drive is probably about $20.
And the fact that Sony owns Blu-ray. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
I mean, you have one SKU. You don't have to split your dies between two SKUs. Like from a logistic standpoint, having one SKU with the option for an add-on for the disc tray sounds like a great way to put PlayStation 5s into people's hands.
It is. I actually agree with that. That's why I was like, yeah, that was actually a good move on Sony. So, hey Dante, do you still have your disc drive on your PC?
No, but I want to get an external one.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing. I got a Corsair RGB case, which unfortunately didn't have one. I've actually got some disc drives over there for this PC down here. But no, I've got a lot of disc games, so I'm wanting to get my hands on a USB disc drive just for that purpose. Just, bruh.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Hey Zero, how do you feel about it?
I mean, overall, it's a little off-putting. If nothing else, like Christmas time is coming. Just give kids something to get excited for, even if not like specifically for Christmas, but like for what you can
the follow-up after Christmas
for next Christmas. So I really don't. I can't imagine the deal has anything to do with this because like. Who knows when this deal is going to go through, right? Like, you can't really anticipate or gamble on that. Like, there's so much work to be done with all of this that, like, Microsoft, I mean, they're not a non-factor, but, like, Microsoft and PlayStation let Nintendo run away this year uncontested.
Yeah.
And we're talking about 30 frames per second on Gotham Knights.
And you're getting 22 frames a second on the Switch.
Yeah, but you let Nintendo uncontested run away this year with like everything. Sure, God of War dropped, but just the sheer number of Nintendo first-party titles and big-name titles just sort of outgoes them. And it's just like, well, what's happening? Because if everybody's saying that Nintendo doesn't count, then like, what are the big two doing?
You know what? That's valid.
And I don't even think this is a bad year for gaming in the least, like a lot of people are saying, but it does beg the question, if someone asked me right now, is there any real reason to get a Xbox or a PlayStation 5?
Zero, is there any real reason to get an Xbox or a PlayStation 5?
I would say no.
PC and Switch? Are you saying PC and Switch? Are you saying PC and Switch?
I wouldn't even. I'm not a PC. I am
Returnal and Ratchet and
fundam-
Clank. Easily.
No. I'm not, and I love Returnal. I love Returnal. No. If I were selling the PS5, Returnal is not the game I'm selling the PS5 on. Like God of War, easily, but Returnal, not at all. Ratchet and Clank, no, because like I have feelings about those games. Ratchet and Clank came and went. Ain't nobody talking about that game no more.
You're not wrong, but okay.
Yeah. Ain't nobody talking about that game no more. People talking about Returnal, that's cool, but like Ratchet and Clank came, just like all the other games in that Ratchet and Clank sort of space came and did before. Like, but that's fine. It's 2 years in, but to be fair, I still think it's 2 years in, and it's 2 years with an asterisk because 2020 is like a lost year.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, maybe they're still kind of young, and how long did it take for The Last of Us to hit the PS3? Like, is that almost 3-4 years into its like life?
The very last end of the season.
It was towards the tail end. It was like a swan
that's
song game.
And I would say Last of Us is probably one of the best PlayStation 3 games that was out there, and it didn't come to like the very end of the console cycle. I think we see this a lot for certain console cycles. Like, you're gonna get the best of the best of the best, maybe 3 to 4 years in.
Actually, that's very true. You gotta think when Halo 4 launched, like that was like from a technical level, Halo 4 was actually the shit on the 360. Like,
I agree with that.
technical aspect.
Will agree with
like,
push that 360.
Like, there was no more juice left in that console.
There was a reason they made sure none of those original Xbox 360s were out there anymore by the time they released that motherfucker. Because
that was a lossy way to happen.
You would have seen the red lights coming from fucking space.
just see the red ring of death on every single country have his own red ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's stuff like that where like I just don't know. Well, obviously PlayStation will be fine. This isn't going to like hurt them terribly. But it's just odd that like again, a year that probably should have been pretty awesome. Once again, because Horizon came out this year, right?
That came out right next to Elden Ring, though. They screwed themselves over on that.
Did they fucking ever?
Well, but my point is like, imagine a world in which like Horizon, Elden Ring, and Breath of the Wild all dropped in the same year.
Elden Ring was that one.
We're eating.
Yes.
Like everybody's eating off that type of year. Unfortunately, it didn't happen.
No, don't break my heart. Zero, don't you breaking my heart.
I'm just saying though, like what a fantastic like gaming year. On top of God of War is hitting. On top of we had 2 standalone Pokemon games. On top of the return of the very excellent Mario Rabbids Kingdom type of thing. Like we've had good games. They're out here.
It's like
they're just not on your PlayStation.
And I would, you talk about Wolverine. That is a question mark. And once again, like I'm a little exhausted.
It's like the Indiana Jones game. Like people fucking forgotten that exists, but like that's
a
big giant question.
Yeah, Machine Games is working on that.
Yeah, like I know it's coming. I'm sure it is. But like I'd like to see what's coming like within the next like year or 2 at best. Because I don't know. Like it's hard to get excited about something I've forgotten about.
So are you saying Microsoft showing the next 12 months was valid?
I said we had to think. I was very confused at people's perception of it because like I understood like, yeah, we're getting like some games we already knew about, but I was like, bro, what we laid out for you for the next 12 months, what you could or couldn't be playing. That's what I'm interested in.
A
like,
roadmap.
I don't care about the next 2 to 3 years. What does that do for me?
You want the now.
Maybe you hope.
At least you know what you're looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? Like not it's years away and then it's going to get delayed. Like we have like, hey, this is coming in the next 12 months.
Because 2 to 3 years from now, or 2 to 3 or 4 years, it's the same thing as the Switch Pro, right? Like,
I fucking know in 2-3 years the onset of fucking Alzheimer's is going to hit me, and I'm going to forget about these games anyway.
Yeah, or like God forbid another world-ending pandemic happens, and so like everything's broken. So like I can't get excited anymore about stuff so far away in the future.
That pandemic brought us one beautiful thing: the coming together of the Doom and fucking Animal Crossing.
The Animal
community.
Crossing people. Yeah,
It
you know,
was a beautiful
it's like
thing.
that. Yeah, like there's an inevitably Mario Kart 9 will be here, but the way it's looking, it's probably not for another 2 to 3 years. There's no more reason to me to consider Mario Kart 9 anymore. I might as well stop thinking about it because they haven't even finished all the DLC for 8 yet.
I'm about to say, plus Nintendo milks their games, and they're gonna milk the Nintendo Switch.
They milk the ones that make them money, like Mario Kart, fucking Splatoon. Quite frankly, they've kind of milked that, but not bad. This poor bitch don't get milked enough. Like I need to be eating more.
I'm sorry, I was a little disappointed in that one. That one because there was a PC way to play it, and it ran better on PC than the
60.
Switch. Yeah,
but it's PC though. Like you got the potato switch, the toaster, the toaster with the screen that you can take with.
No, bitch, it ain't even a fucking toaster. The dock is the toaster. The fucking Switch is the bread that goes in.
Switch? No, the Switch gets hot. It's a toaster, bro.
So
right,
it's just that. Like I wish PlayStation would just I wish PlayStation would show me what I got coming up in the next 12 months for them.
That's true. That's all we want. Hey, Pharaoh, 2 minutes, and then Dante, your 2 minutes, and then close us out with your outro. Okay. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
Yeah, I was just gonna, I think it's unfortunate that these corporations have to play these games as this deal comes through to an end. If that is the case, like everyone, I just want to hurry to see this deal get done so that the industry can kind of move forward with what's next. But I think we got a lot to look forward to. So I'm not too down on it, but I would like Sony to kind of show their hand and let us kind of see what we're getting next year. But time will tell. Time will tell. I'm done.
Go ahead.
I've turned around and said this multiple times on this very podcast. I'm fine with a teaser to begin with, but from that, like the Indiana Jones one I mentioned, but from that point on, I don't want to hear shit until we're literally 12 to 8 months out of release. Like I don't fucking care. Like I don't care about your game until I have a fucking release date. You can show me you're working on it. That's great. I love a road, and that's the one thing I'll give the Microsoft thing. They gave me a roadmap and said, "Here's the next 12 months." But I don't want to know. I don't want to hear anything about your game. I don't want to see any teasers or anything like that. Developer diaries, I've said, is the way forward for me. Like, developers need to do developer diaries about, the updates on the game. Like, we're at this stage, we've implemented this, we're doing this. That I would like, but I don't need to be seeing fucking trailers every other fucking month saying, "Oh, remember this game? It's still coming." No, I know. Like, tell me a year out to 8 months out, so then I can start getting my fucking affairs in order. So I know what needs to be sacrificed, what days I'm going hungry, and who I've got to fucking kill to be able to get that goddamn game. Right? As far as PlayStation goes, honestly, I don't care about PlayStation, quite frankly. I'm not getting a PlayStation 5 because they're clearly showing that we're going to get their games a year down the line. I've shown I have the patience to wait a fucking year for their game. I did it for Death Stranding. I did it for fucking Final Fantasy VII. I did it for Spider-Man Miles Morales. Alright? I don't fucking care. The only news I ever want to hear from Sony, for me personally, is the words day and date. That's all I want to fucking hear from now on, because I'm like, it's the same with Xbox. Like, I do not care for your console anymore. You have shown to me you're willing to give me your games on the platform of my choice. You have my respect for that. The only words I want out of your mouth from now on is day and date. You've given me those words. I am interested in your game. I'm at that point right now, financially, and especially with my PC, with how things are moving, that I'm not going to go out of my way to buy a console. Nintendo is the only one that I'll probably go out of my way to get, for the simple reason I know them fuckers are dinosaurs. And I know they will never bring it to PC in my lifetime.
Yeah, they bring in the
I'm
PC
afraid
then they're
we have ways.
We have
Yeah,
our ways. But the problem is Nintendo makes it very difficult to have our ways. I've turned around, I said this last, I actually said this specific, you actually mentioned this, I said that the next time I do this, I'm hoping to do it emulated at 1080p 60 frames per second. Nintendo
4K at 60.
I can't 1080p monitor, my man, dude. I'm
okay.
dude. I am the equivalent of fucking trail. I'm the equivalent of fucking trailer trash.
Oh, okay.
So I got 3 monitors, but they're all fucking 1080p 60 frames per second monitors. I wish I could invest in 4K, but I can't. But yeah, like this. I bought your game, Nintendo. Don't tell me what platform I can play it on. I bought your fucking game. I love your game. I will buy more of your games. Let me play it. I will like. This is the thing. This is the thing. Sorry, I've gone over my 2 minutes. I know, but I keep hollering this, and Nappy will agree. These companies like PlayStation, Microsoft figured it out. The one thing Sony hasn't fucking realized is there is money in their fucking PC Master Race hills. Alright, they just ain't fucking going for the gold. They're setting their ways for the silver medal. They're not going for the gold medal.
Just untap mine.
The PC market is more than willing to buy your games. It has been proven with God of War, Spider-Man, and Horizon Zero Dawn. It has been proven that if you give us day and date, I guarantee you will see at least a 25 to 30% increase in sales.
I don't even want to see the sales numbers for that. That sounds ridiculous. I mean, the sales numbers on the Switch are already ridiculous. Like,
yeah, we pay $50.
No.
game.
No. You're twisting what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if they go day and date, like they're selling good money.
I know it's gonna go up. Like I'm saying, like the numbers are already astronomical. I can't fathom what those numbers are going to look like if they do day and date with PC.
Fully PC powered Pokemon.
Sorry, it sounded like you were bringing that up as a negative. Sorry.
No. It's not a negative. Like I'm just saying, like Pharaoh just said, like Pokemon. Yeah.
Dude, fucking
fully powered
with the mods.
I guarantee you, God of War Ragnarok day and date, it would sell more than God of War did on PC in the first fucking 2 days.
I guarantee.
Yeah. God of War, the first one was actually really good on PC.
It was a fucking phenomenal port. Like that's the
it was amazing.
thing. They put out good fucking ports.
They do.
That plays good on the Steam Deck too.
Oh, besides Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 4 was.
That was not them. I will fucking defend them. Final Fantasy 7 was not them. That was Square Enix.
Okay, if that was Square Enix, then okay, we'll scoot that aside. But yeah, they did fantastic ports.
Yep, Days Gone, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man. I haven't played it because I refused to buy that remaster because they changed Yuri's face for no discernible fucking reason. And I'm sure Miles Morales will do good numbers as well. But day and date, you'll get more. I'm done.
Right.
Sorry, I know that was more than my 2 minutes. I apologize.
No worries. Give your outro, bro. Tell the people what you got going on.
Right.
What to look forward to.
Right. So what have I got going aside from ranting and raving? Right. So my name is Dante Crisis. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at Dante Crisis and the Dante Crisis on Facebook. I'm currently doing a Let's Play of Borderlands 2 with 3 other people. It's a 4-player clusterfuck. You'll absolutely love it. I'm also doing a Let's Play currently of Destroy All Humans 2. Really good fucking game. Shame it's on Unreal Engine 4. And I've got a playthrough of the original Doom 3 coming very soon as well. Currently live streaming Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Silver Snow routes on Tuesdays. Thursdays is going to be Persona 4 Golden. And Friday is going to be more Mass Effect Andromeda on Insanity because I clearly have a fucking death wish. And Mondays is multiplayer games, so you can join my Discord somehow to vote on multiplayer games you want to play with me or watch me play. And Wednesdays is chill stream, so just come chat, relax with me. I'm very approachable, despite how hyperactive and insane I sound on this podcast.
All right. Appreciate you, brother. Nappy, it's been so long. Please tell the people what you got going on and where they can find you.
All right, so if you guys don't know me, and I already introduced myself, I am Nappy Senshi. So you can find me on YouTube, and I have been doing a couple of controller reviews. So if you go into my YouTube channel, you'll see a couple of them. I actually have a video coming out tomorrow explaining this thing or the thing you see behind me. A little accessory for all you Xbox people. You might want to look into it. make it to a pro controller. Also working on a review with this thing. With
I thought that was a
what is that?
It's something I'm working on. It is like a. You remember like duck hunting and stuff?
It's a light gun, isn't it?
Yeah,
man.
I can play Doom with this.
I'm watching that video.
All right, now I gotta watch that video.
And also, I got a controller from China that I'm currently doing a review on, which is this. So yeah, so definitely come check out my channel if you want to know controller reviews. If you have any questions about controllers, as you see, I have a plethora of controllers for no reason because I like having friends over play video games. So, and I don't want no excuse of why I beat your ass in Tekken. So yeah.
Was that a challenge to Jubei? Actually, to be fair, I'm wanting to get into Tekken 7 myself. Do you play it on PC?
I play on PC.
I might need your help because I actually want to start getting back into fighting games, and I want to start with Tekken 7. Sorry.
Yeah, that'd be good. I mean, Tekken 8 is actually about around. I don't know when Tekken 8 is coming out, but it's already been announced. So
yeah.
It better drop before Street Fighter, bro. It's gonna be irrelevant. Omar, tell the people what you got going on, where they can find you.
People can find me at Caravan_Shop on Twitter and Animate Squad every Friday 5 p.m. Eastern time, and Game Player every Saturday 5 p.m. Eastern time. Hit the like button and shout out to the people on channel.
Pharaoh, what you got going on, brother? And where
it's your boy Pharaoh. You can find me on Twitter at Pharaoh Bizarre and anywhere you like to watch streamers at the Land of Pharaoh. Pharaoh out.
Short and sweet, love it. Kofi, you with us or you out? Y'all can find Kofi in these Twitter streets at creative_Kofi, doing the God's work with translating that lovely foreign language known as Japanese for us. We love you, bro. Of course, I'm your host for the evening, Jude.
No love for Zero?
Zero is going to get it. He always.
You're right.
He's the best.
You all right?
Zero is the best.
You all right?
King Tendo runs these streets. You can find me at Jubei X Sensei on gaming platforms, Jubei Sensei everywhere else, and Boost Mokage on Twitter. I'm working out a new streaming schedule, so I will be back doing my particular brand of nonsense in these Twitch streets really soon. Stream that Versus EP on Spotify. It's out there. It's dope. Thank you, Dante, for playing that on your stream the other day. I appreciate you, brother.
Dude, anytime. You know that.
Absolutely. And last but not least, King Tendo himself, Zero. Tell the people what you got going on and where they can find you and where they can find us.
I gotta say, I appreciate that name. It's working. Of course, guys, as always, it has been an absolute pleasure to do this. Always great to chop it up with you guys. Nappy, good to see you again, sir. Like, it's absolutely great to have you back on here, and hope you continue if you have the time. I can only imagine controller reviews take up just an enormous amount of the day.
Yes, I do. it's like I have to use the controller for like a minimum of a month before I send them out.
But of course, you can find me 0x386 or 0.exe pretty much everywhere. Probably playing. Oh well. The new Need for Speed and that Hot Wheels, as well as like occasionally Overwatch. I think I'm just gonna put it down and jump back into Apex. Apex is better. But of course, more importantly, you can find us, Vitamin G Podcast, pretty much anywhere you listen to any of your favorite podcasts. Hopefully, we're in at least in the top 10. My personal recommendation that you put us in like top 4. A lot of people don't think about 4. Like, put us in the top 4. I think we're going to be good. And of course, please, we always appreciate you, but I always want to say, please support the rest of my panel mates here. I won't go into everything because they've already covered it, but listen to what we got. We got streamers playing Madden. We got streamers playing Tekken. We got streamers giving you controller reviews and making some controllers you might never even seen before. We got streamers streaming throughout the week. We got anime nerds putting on Friday and more video game news on Saturday. We got bilingual nerds translating all types of things. I feel like if you want a little bit of all of that, you come watch Vitamin G. But even if you don't want that, please go out and visit all of my panel mates. Like, comment, subscribe to everything they got going, because like it's fun when I do it with them, and like the more you support them, the more it seems as though they like to do this. So like, definitely be there for the support. But always, guys, we appreciate you. We thank you. I always say it, but you literally could be doing anything else that you decided to listen to us. We will always appreciate that. So thank you.
Love them outros, bro. Shout outs to chat. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Stanley Francois, of course, bro. It's always a pleasure. Ali Pandas, appreciate all y'all for hanging out. For real, for real. Of course, that's our time. We are out of here. And as always, keep it gaming. Peace.
Later.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.